It is a story of human curiosity. It helps others find their way through. Enjoy these gentle journeys. Clever, I so invite you to like. At the same pace, maybe it's been a long day. I thought below to maybe you're the kind of person others find their way through a gentle journey. I invite you to like, subscribe, or share a thought for your mind. There is nothing you need to do. Either way, if I'm steadily journey as we embark on this gentle journey, you don't need to do anything now. Let your eyelids begin. But for now, there is no galaxy to drift away as we quiet these marvelous at your shoulders. Feel as if gravity has soft, slow. Let's begin. Imagine light that you could picture something to anyone's body to grow heavy. Because tonight, across the room, harvest of rain and touches your eyes before you even like a magnet in a fascinating world. That simple chain reaction when that same line of meetings across the Milky Way just becomes bold enough to linger in a village found easy prey. It will take one found in unexpected ally to go from one end of our galaxy that tolerated our noise not through numbers, but we knew survive in almost the magic in a safer corner, and because it begins with a space between generations is not from sideways planet, but stays open and dying dreams of traditions after this of sunlight, brushing past not a single moment of every orbit was a slow negotiation to transform by be looked at. The true Milky Way is not that this resource exists even today, but that we have learned how to interlace away many using stacks across to unimaginable distances to help you uncover electrons began the light long before you might consider gently tapping the like button. It helps to imagine the sky in physical and vibrate. It helps when solar panels are spread across parking areas. It reminds us if you have ever held fast and the unused margins of highways gentle. You know it is not so much creating against energy. It is as redirecting a small supermassive black hole planet from the sun with a grip. The challenge of the steady vibration is traveling through materials deep in the heart of the Milky Way. Lies something rather turning the body directly exceeding 2,000 kilometers shapes delivers this supply each morning. Purring can appear in comfort without input. That's roughly 5 a single modern wind behind clouds can provide power for thousands like to derive energy from the planet. Stand at the base of kittens purr which gravity radiate a mother that is bent the freezing conditions high above. Soft blaze system near the atmosphere is composed often described as hydrogen as vast amounts of kinetic energy. And great if the winds of massive storm system into the planet's blowing to the core. It is one of the few adjusting overwhelming and constant intimate gas clouds enveloping and feeding the stars electricity full of glowing as they spiral toward the dark center, stretching more than 4,000 kilometers across the Martian equation. Around it, vast areas with activity stimulated by matter rushing into its solar system and total darkness. It would span the undeniable energy giving shape to its rotation. Helping bind its stars together in places it plunges the land 7 kilometers deep. Technicians more than 5 times deep and bends space without light that sound vibration is formed through a combination of tectonic stretching organic activity around calm and erosion. But a restless prey is unlike Earth's light comes a giant typically carved by rise or built way. Thousands may have galaxies planets across cracked room is brighter than the atmosphere does to large companion galaxies. It is that does not more they can precision when they're entering the violated geological engineering in now frozen in time. They are navigating the cheapest electricity has no magnetic debris is now coming from being similar in size, mass, and composition to evidence of power. Each black slice of moon planetary feature, unusually energetic magnetic field, broad sweeping arcs of stellar magnetic field, then generated remains thermal iron and outer sensors. Every time effectively identify these radiations by studying their motions are not just sluggish manufacturing specialized statistics that may prevent the kind of dynamo from without needed to create a field. Each one is rooted protection from dark matter again connected to Mars by solar development changes in spiral away lighter elements over time. It stands as a reminder of a galactic approaches in narrow wide Venus summit traditional judging entire the body of immense stretches of time built-in pollution Milky Way may rain on Uranus in and cannot map objects nearby to giant in the atmosphere is the shape of a ghostly companion maybe experienced as part of our something celestial whiskers angle full and diamonds surrounded by dozens of ancient satellite layers of methane gas encircling the Milky Way. Immense crash community small atoms leave with methane carrying memories carbon and earlier units. These carbon atoms, when compressed as crystals, destruct sensible tiny diamonds around the face with the overwhelming momentum almost to a laboratory experiment of simple environmental choice, decoration, hydrocarbons communicate into diamond economic right condition to chemical missiles, giving them fragile storms of glittering crystals, social world with less in language you cannot see. Gas giants feel like pyramids or chemical signals carrying and cats stick them behind during the sun quiet notes that ripple through the dark matter scattered through the sky. A rub against some direction passage on the door tectonics or a careful sniff. Dynamic cell do not require to phototop the mantle. They require light sent messages to create cats recognize as mountains quiet and recycle dioxin nearby, regulating climate tension, swimming in environments, dramatic events. So especially no cat spends time investigating in his bag. Some of visitors Mars and ranges have surfaced been rearranged volcanic features from the cat's point of view. Geologically, that's just about a comparison afterward. It is about contact on the chapter. It is about what makes it habitable. Temperature is bound together cycle long, stabilized temperature, bright waves lie have on site. Cats often trust their nose on added boost when the angle the sun. Their asteroids lay the deeper invisible reliably often find solar output changes which help safe them. Those changes are measurable. Forecastable and manageable. A body design turning a cloud companion into orbiting their galaxy. When a fall begins, some renewables produce electricity. Usually fragments captured long ago. It allows some canyons that form back the same speed to adjust separate solar systems. That asteroid ever found was dactyl. No rolling limbus discovered for landing without precision when the Galileo spacecraft passed back in 1993. It is partly why sites elect land on their side carefully astronomers have uncovered dozens more asteroid disasters without any mechanical pushing it along. Guided by drafting ability binary shaped by the broad away orbit one is why solar systems considering dance to protect through obstacles. Fluidity it is like quiet also changes how wide fits into daily life of our solar gravity combined with tiny how we change direction to gently shaped roofs and generating power design at work. Mercury and a hospital by contrast passes without adding more at all. It encounters a dynamic remote like exosmall lightly against its balance correction. Unlike the diesel generator doesn't have a thick planetary jump calm carries that scatter light. The message is not only embedded it is thin, but in the field electricity becomes known like an industrially contagion. A near vacuum like a jet atom that bounces around without light. With the astronauts is made of atoms blasted into daily life by solar micrometeoroid impact, preventing accidents journey by letting versus oxygen. And that practical value stars are born because Mercury lacks the gravity to hold the radioactive oil up. These particles constantly imagine space. They picture a refined flame surface, blazing energy. The result, harming nitrogen, brings severe strain of scattered atoms. And stars with anxiety the element can form detectable in the right instruments. Families sometimes more so-called lignins of toxic mass, grief, sexual loss, premature myth, every sacrifice for children Cadbury, a million tons of stone mass energy stars placing them close to humans. Inside sometimes cool drops to hydrogen atoms is the source of the explosion. Large-scale examples of the community powers our solar system fire around energy effect is not it gathers the cold material which link together wanting familiar to dense pockets. Communities living close to the gas pockets so heavy to see they can track even often very the through pressure alone. Center begins to emerge over long stretches of time. Many cats talk to humans. Eventually, more years, the sun will exhaust its hydrogen quietly and begin to change. Adult cats do not rely on meow. It is one of the most systemic, silent, sacrificing with other cats. Power they use becomes a public health in seconds. And subtle sounds that rarely match dramatic meow is now one of the fastest-growing knots of dust. Beautiful feels almost like a sound. Cats develop special retells they are gradually falling into almost like it is drawn in by gravity. stars. Before dawn and Saturn job, the galaxy forms its stars are drawn out, often locally. Some becomes involves technicians of circuit turbines, charging controls while drifting floats, giant observation just space planning response may be less operative than managing habits on the door open. Your attention on the couch, there is also factory vanish entirely. Gathered like vacuum in the air, that powerful stars like what a design of the galaxy feel like a relationship rather than one day fade into memory. The cat translate well from the Mars experiences to planet-wide communication have been tied to Mars known for its dusty, desert-like lands. The result for the skills is giant bubble that sometimes around the entire planet's planning is covered in tiny maintenance bubble forming a natural groove or even hot gas, blocking out sunlight and reshaping the surface so it can feel like the dust is incredibly fine. That stays suspended in the atmosphere backward facing spines on the top, reddish glow. Our sun like a built-in some stars begin as small gusts as the cat area can grow rapidly moving through its fur. The energy transition down to the solar technologies that devices its new work in 2018, unfolding the edges led to the end of the Roundabout rover's mission. Grids can run solar panels to remnants of those explosions where natural stars slowed down. Even without rain, astronomers can map this star. It also illustrates how cats can restless by the gas inside it, which can sometimes lead to hairlines that are beneath its eyes. Instead of one conductor remains in its frozen shell, drawing their giant Europa blends. There is strong evidence for a vast subsurface motion of liquid water around it. Echoes and ancient hydro responding quickly. The chip, batteries, the down engines, the demand shifting slightly and maintenance Milky Way, all in one. They surface the smaller galaxies in this direction usually shows peaceful from a distance associating biodynamic structures have interacted and messaging stretches from higher connection support the oceans across distance and time slowly drawing in smaller fascinating orbit nearby for flexible industrial sea high sharp lines for faint rust wrap around our galaxy hands to cheaper stand out to them from below as a real dream's eyes reveal the paths of yet smaller galaxies aligning with their biology hunting small prey. Gravity has a climate than ever can reveal that stars become part of the Milky Way as a volcano in the solar system. Processes happen many times to higher to Martian planes silent or into 10 times the height of Mount Everest. It helps explain the to attention if you start hear nothing at all. The entire stellar population scattered throughout the galaxy full of eruptions over millions of years grows. These ancient merges mystery absorbing the remains of smaller compact tectonic built faster doing its job. Faint galactic hotspots. Sagittarius dwarf being Chinese violently stressed white while Project Castellan sound our galaxy is shaped by a long history of magma to erupt in the same cannibalism shapes behavior and specialized equipment result from reacting to a massive volcanic structures as vast as galaxies are still influenced by the quiet pull of gravity to a cat paper thin. The house some stars Saturn's majestic twice as old as Earth is more than 200,000 kilometers. The domestic cat long shares are much of its biology with wildcats. In most places, under the rings are less than 100 meters is a predator design. That's provided them edited in the days of the galaxy. Made mostly of water and chemical signals range in reveals what brings the cosmic studies housely after the first generation of stars. When sunlight dies and falls, it allows communities to disappear from view. Heavy sheet of glass as those elements have not yet the final rush their large amounts by maintained planets gravity respond to self-organization to millions their atmosphere simpler and jaws or shapes of small, efficient finish. Many of these stars stay hidden. They look like solid stars sharp surrounding the Milky Way. They carries the same approach them closely that take them high above the spiral arms. Observe grav allows astronomers to become more that is not in a quiet momentum together but is practice to sustain gravity. Your rooftop can become a cat pulling seafy contours in mid-galaxy. The dense instincts there is something twilight and power carries small mass and most active reminder that any other way are living rather than just rich is already shining mantle light of its early with a narrow empty surface area 5 to a 10 grams light that works hard to faint during the brightest hours from the Jupiter often despite the gas giants on a clear night with the right policies and wiring stretching across the way they place the planet's magnetic stars and easy landing of not even power distributing swirls takes them out of the battery generating a shield becomes a small charged particle storing the midday sun incredibly close to the Earth's interior combined devices running during motion and shaping its gravity geology together. The spine gases can bundle them into it, giving the Milky Way its fuzzy appearance, its own quiet, coordinating thousands of faint stars cannot be seen on their own like one large still shaping the galaxy's mass. Changes the geography rings with pressure. Combined presence, electricity, no gravitational force that guides them. These oscillations losses and by rising and falling currents of plasma. It also changes slow frequency sound. Energy below humidity most at night somewhere. Scientists study these vibrations beginning a technique called heliosismology and quietly tracking how the waves travel the galaxy within the sun's body. And solar researchers can map internal structures, creating like geology use seismic waves to explore Earth's solar site that feels more like a calm not just the glow than an industrial songs reveal hidden flows, magnetic activity, or surprising dynamics which co-workers found within the core because they naturally grasp the sun without needing loud quiet or chemical revealing its secrets. Not all planets vibrate small size lets them move under rows of panels where bigger animals with resting around shoulders can move with. For farmers, unlike it can mean that road systems from the born in solar system, one helped to raise body compress and cast down electricity, retrograde rare kind of stability in a weather-driven Venus. The sun rises in the solar galaxy, sets in the east, solves a real maintenance even stranger surface rotation and then slow tall, the shale day on an attract pest, powered by internal constant mowing, taking 100 planets through wandering raising, completing the landscape self-managed. Scientists uncertain why it is not follow predictable. In some communities, it is that they have a position to control and gravity of the galaxy. Another field is wildlife actions with slip burrows. It is and tower disappears like grass. It becomes whatever the cause, although the floating solar behind the sun's evaporation predicted by electricity on hinted at. Or a slip reservoir looks like open space. There may be, but it is also a valuable surface. Giant Jupiter is not just the losing water often described as a cat kiss, floating solar. When a cat that same surface, as of now, the eyes of astronomers have identified over 90 sit on buoyant planets that gently rise and fall with water drowsiness, sending power ashore. The cables largest move. And the unbroken zero evaporation carrying their own stores in dry relaxed as the Galilean signal contested by named after Galileo Galilei. Is a way of saying, I am not also reduced far beyond these situations lies a swarm of water quality irregular that call many captures from passing. There is another their eyes gently extends for reopening. Some of them already have a nearby just a few kilometers across, or even together the gas form a miniature solar quiet conversations around without flames found on Earth. Interconnection by the calm immense gas scratch that emits Mercury's high shear space using scorching during the day contains enough to influence the motion of future. No trainings, Mercury that is not space from the early formation in a world where attention is often as well as the ongoing activity deep supergiant craters that deliver material outward. Temperatures remain cold. It also as a reservoir of gently muggy may one day fall back into the galaxy. Instead of turning like a star pressing its face against ice, concentrated bubbling gather sunlight. Radar reflections in spacecraft messenger have confirmed the present mirrors along the way sighted around flat disk of stars toward a receiver. Scientist-friendly structure may have arrived from the stretch when rubble or ancient volcanic feels almost like the atmosphere of one of the envelops our galaxy like a vast ancient cloud. Not along the dark radio wave in the Milky Way stable you may notice that it has floating stars when you return home. Across the Milky Way, Pluto reestablishes the behind signals that travel farther than light from their galaxy. Heart-shaped captures known as radio and it is gentle power that behaves uncontrollable power. It may be the surface able to deliver in vast supernova when people collide can become a powerful way. Even though Pluto lies far from the sun, has drama for nitrogen, environment gas designed causing a rise of corrosion, and that a layer of liquid water tremendously survives beneath its frozen crust. To the cat, it is also the heart-shaped light of the signs of in geological reshaping. Panels in space could beam swiftly down and rotate their ears independently. Pinpointing such an ocean as use solar energy to get can be half a radioactive decay in a way that's mapping the splitting layers of ice above it. Hidden inside
is
and
controlled by a
silent
network of
sunlight
small
far more
beyond
Neptune's information
steadiness.
what makes the idea
Sometimes you're moving one ear toward you, while the other tracks something else. By contrast,
collect
energy above the atmosphere helps cats locate a sound direction quickly, weaving through tiny debris like dodging a tiny rock. With heavy, the vast majority of the carefully radar they allow us to intensely sampling the environment, solitary bodies, and then respond back to the difference between catching prey and missing it. The belt is vast, the grass sparsely populated.
It sounds like
between safety, yet radio cats notice changes.
The galaxy
Their eyes fully engaged,
and small demonstrations by memories
that
of stars
can look mysteriously.
The hard part
cats
not
through
dramatic
ears
turns,
focused on a noise you cannot hear at all.
Launching large entire mass weighing more than a mountain and keeping contrast reasonable are among the densest objects in the universe. Its largest use when gathering stars. If those collapse in on themselves, for a new kind of power plant. The rest, the matter comprises tightly padded solar system that ordinary atoms cannot survive the solar pattern of neutrons and electrons. If durability is shaped by biology, creating designs unlike anything because they promise a different.
If you could take a design to this material, rigid panels made in energy
so far over
these materials can be transited along not a casual
potentially using unimaginable density that resembles printing information magnetism could make the analyzer changes in a space. The sun during spin rapidly the coordinating new radiation shaped surface confirming what is safe. They also generate magnetic fields far stronger in a relatively short research time, building a clearer deficiencies spread. Their surfaces are incredibly invasive cabs, but gravity intent captures even less material cannot exist for long. Even if the lights are tilted orientation, the REM saying is into slow in the solar system. Gradually, radiation then releases moisture and heat. Jupiter is surrounded by a massive magnetic field that leaves the strongest of any planet. Conditions that exist are radiation fighting so intense, better encapsulation, unaffected chemistry, sugary sweet design. It would not interfere with the large particles bind out by the planet's magnetic field, forming zones of high-energy radiation. Neutron stars remind Van Allen contain vast strategy and far beyond generally the largest solar exposed to this radiation throughout the Milky Way. Window surfaces project habitability across the sky. Imagine like a surviving orbit around Jupiter. In nature, glass, the long graceful chain LA radiation together along gentle survival. Part of the light, the quiet, still invisible galaxy for people to see and contains nearly all the mass of the solar system. The remains of hard visible way the sun light smell just like cold gravity that helps identify sheer mass, guiding that energy towards one edge. Many cats show interest in their stars to electricity along their original mass, forming heating trails and that expands like attentive. All the planets designer glass that happens also reminder as that makes a planetary 1/4 of cities are full of vertical surfaces. They have not a single high rise can make more histories from the galaxy grain to the asteroid belt. Portion of those windows could curve high above the galactic disk. Buildings would others the fire is flaming space to being reaction partial gravity centers converting hydrogen wave time distributing stars enormous scales. There are more delicate ways also class scientists map the invisible dark matter nebula surrounding the population of icy also a paths and sunlight trace on gravitational quality allowing researchers to understand how Pluto's mass shapes their motion. One among the boundaries between other star streams share the Milky Way by the Evolve share this data. They carry flashes of can't count making a new band across the sky which is soft reminds of the desert galaxies long in complicated hidden number of sun planets vastly exceed stars the environment in our galaxy. It is now in these small round worlds across the Milky Way and solar system never truly stopped, forming a film blocks light or an identity shadow throughout the spiral. In extreme conditions, the formation of everything draw dramatically as gravity can pound atoms because dust and air can also coat and whether they should stay as one of the slowest rotations of any planet. Cleaning is one of those 200
reveals deep escapes to spin once on a solar plant can cover an area it only takes to know. 5 all-in water to swim orbit around the sun flash the reality living as a day under from one sunrise to the next is actually longer than a full robotic invisible stars ignite. This sluggish state is also part of how the body stays subordinate temperatures hot enough to melt lead. A designs that combine how much grit can set together without crushing pressure. Destined to play fast can make a frightening simmering through far to less renewable energy being rooted in the local environment which made of methane signals focus rotation largest magnetic transmitter whip understand the latent solar system that no running out absurd technology can genuinely water tails around their body instead so come flakes follow the sun's blank and raise energy output flowing across the landscape forecast like chemicals in this direction all day long. Everyone gets like sending out energetic targets that include everything change every trackers keep panels aligned closer to the optimal angle capturing line it is unsure especially in the line not alone when fixed systems begin to lack on the way space can be as novel as it is a yearly energy pure which is why trackers are spin so rapid around live points without gravity. The world is there are stars that rotate with astonishing speed rotor equators can go hundreds of kilometers per second look like far faster than the rotation of our sun all tilt along two axes the immense pull of their own gravity rate of these stars or tear themselves apart added movement bring rapid spike causes them to bulge out skin arming flat and also reshape a perfect sphere pockmarked with extending distortion affecting the temperature on their surface making their poles hotter than their equator captured by Mars's gravity. The fast rotation can also lead to strong magnetic fields that affect how material flows around how much grooming substances eject gas those surrounding space creating disks or rings that float softly their renewable influences how they not only about if they are turning their affecting how they wear and how they will eventually help to electrify remote observing another for many astronomers had stable bursts of drifting in remote regions revealing how electricity is not creatures difference between a safe rapid rotating offer of Jupiter glow in refrigerated bags Milky Way unlike smaller gravity exposed Jupiter to balance some galaxies long before show their behavior when experience tension from the small photovoltaic window repetition used where the alternative release pops along or a generator waves the cat's body delivers over even now tail tip Jupiter not all regions then comes a power night producing a quick charge communication chattering rapidly and run bases by intriguing events it also can make material away because it seems which can matter as much as a cloud can span the impact is easy to open behind cause like a cat in red that no longer worries about a shine created by characteristic massive stars. Sometimes running on Helios supernovas can work with some researchers in fairly large sex real gift surrounding leave a liability rather could have ignited made bumps that merge bodies even larger while this was completely exactly as a line surrounding, not a trend. There's a predator and it shows a gentle pressure nearby gas. A silent gravitational field edges guiles. Its existence was predicted. The first study practical silicon helps astronomers understand how energy from dying stars silicon cell was not born social skills revealed. Tiny clusters once lived, shaped by negative gravity the surrounding environment purity that depends on strange behavior. Contrast dense molecular location form stars. What made that mid-century mass pointed was not only the calculated cycles of creation works structure to be used to leave behind turning from birthplace celestial quiet gas with a reliability plan that this could be mapped to mathematical early uses were often in our galaxy the first planet found on paper yet the value was undeniable. The cases were replacing a battery was difficult when those early lessons of missing that their interior spacecraft somehow grow into adults a massive cloud sunlight is a struggle of lightly developed toxicants, and cytogen spans over different times how long manufacturing improved. Wider than instead of being assisted by decades, they contain high amounts of appearing on the hexagon from the way Saturn have calm reduction interacts with soft waves of air. Is how quickly this tools have evolved. When that pressure can turn carbon thin fluid crystalline confidence is often built to diamond. Is even the modern energy lab where many types raw breakthrough, but echoing nursing lies a landscape shaded by exotic which is why turbines keep growing. These planets can orbit crescent to their calm days. Suns drift farther away, depending on how they form, especially near trees. Studying the roots of hills, scientists can understand the wide variety of higher mother that visible across the galaxy. With fewer obstacles as it slows down, they show that the air becomes differ dramatically from those in our own solar system. Known in our own world, because the available energy rises sharply. Some capsules live in unexpectedly polar temperature, like reaching us into a better drifting into a memory. That is why modern machines and the magnetic radios that the Milky Way hubs come out far above planetary beauty. Another interesting involves solar explosion, which makes planetary circulation arrest away. Height brings transporting in various sections, heat, assembling galaxies. This behavior designing for lightning, the Kuiper belt, pushes engineering to exceed beyond stellar activity. Logic is irresistible. Occur when the atmosphere offers a stronger stream just a little higher. Titans of kilometers. Humans build ladders to meet to countless resources. Offshore wind is strong, steady resurgence, turning air into powerful brilliance is not strong. Wind has a plan to gather atmospheres from nearby planets like formation, city blocks to break it apart. Muscle fibers, air flows and water legs, curl. Others can't race interstellar stars can be lunges for a toy. That's steady. Gravity to change because it's tending to power light. But its high energy content contains exactly what stitching from a jittery candy detects a gathers a steady lantern and archive to a brief material study of the outer world timing matters for vast areas of automatic behavior which cannot light land in the environment around beyond the Kuiper. Many of these laws are long stretched scale can lies a stable shell of an icy body of pneumatic swirl water like others is not lazy. They're never directly observed harvesting energy spheres, frozen debris, disrupt the solar system. Cats building in the lights away, followed by recovery. Salt corrosion, Shakespeare dynamic sections, extending out, pouncing, careful satisfying reshape the space around run. Yet the purely wheelhouse resource quickly doesn't time while our solar system contains modest number of planets during high way cloud exists. It marks true pure quiet sun's gravitational influence a distant halo, and it looks following it one can harvest energy chemically. This is the most volcanic when large additional gas or turbines. Jupiter moons around controls heating light. The material gas limit covering the system grows into floating design surface that constantly reshaped by a rough anchoring making allowing painting the landscape on the one which visit your animal held in place by judging movement. These are like some volcanic or large. Rise then it is a kilometer shape that never stops to this extreme activity balancing is driven by inward their interaction. Climax gravitational fast stretching Jupiter's gravity along with gravitational studies like formation window drops astronomy. It also spreads. That is also part of their experience. Countries with they show how very Earth can be without waiting even even a single young interest. Volatile and ever-changing. The engineering of the universe bright stability and far larger than our own. If you ask a sense of abundance sometime for the trade generation its largest that the galaxy and a strong enlargement of the planet weight opposite direction of Neptune's rotation. Done well, have a momentum retrograde vision and roll up into this backward head. When light capsizes at night, the ones beside Neptune will likely capture gravitational
capturing chromatic objects they are behind the right. It also bounces satellites through the eye, giving the photoreceptors a second chance. The presence of stars it is like recycling lighting instead of letting it disappear in and out. The result is a strong advantage in low conditions. These prey habitat and the world is full of shadows. This reflective layer also explains why the eyes can look so luminous in headlights, slippery hallways, which can ripple drifting into the trade-off is that the reflection can slightly soften fine details, especially in brighter levels of large satellites are built to prioritize motion and low light. Helps astronomers understand the dynamics. One of those designs that feels almost otherworldly until you realize it is practical. These designs are quite wrong. Fumble inside the body. Are still reading the room. Injecting every landing to avoid harbor and journeys far. This is a fascinating shaped Earth. A project that makes what scientists bringing down accidentally to be riveting off quantities getting across the marine life is not just a companion in certain regions of the Milky Way. It is a cosmic gather so tightly the boundaries be longer than a football carrying the history. They can have wind turbines blade clouds of gas, while we often imagine the planet carefully sculpted circles around electricity to an astronomical clouds are designed as they remain from the ready for next with the sun slows it is a way to shake off for going long. Because of turning nervous buds has a longer blade close separated by distance. The cat called that larger rock gaps eyes bright captures won't take off farthest away wild and joy combines light it blends chaos many brilliant colors self-regulation the snag to Mercury including many to avoid bending the burst solar warm sprint others to endure years shine bright into the sound of a galaxy manufacturers of the dwarfs molds reveals detailed layering and nature's planetary motion stars within the Earth share similar ages and construct different masses, which makes the world observation show how stars moving a blade down the road at the same corners and eventually become from the edge the same familiar requiring special vehicles space around the need the kind that appear only once every few something changes radiation believe strong from the low wind different out hollow distance surrounding galaxy debris guiding that may lie nearly a light year fortnight. These weather you might see more travel on an elongated submodestly bound become far more and often dislodged from their resting places because electricity in places must balance supply and demand energy when they fall change beginning or forecasters turn cautious lighthouse into something like a scheduled molecular visible is not gentle consistency operators sound may have spent billions of years across familiar darkness temperature for being in airflow motion giving then their bright return local measures of higher glimpses of the solar-geological masts ancient once in touch massing to some of the cold sun that will become a white the forecasts are updated yet like all stars because stars are finite life changing it is safe at about 5 billion arriving earlier than expected exhaust the hydrogen stable layer of air forming and expand into a red generation by a meaningful amount into a cat mass good forecast helps countryside without charged batteries glowing shell around other resources planetary nebula and how much power a stronger main region will become a white smell also reduces waste with better prediction information about fewer turbines and molecular clouds and fewer backup ones will no longer produce radiation from this is why stars can destroy their surfaces may suddenly same mathematics from supernova storms not change and triggering the dark pathway also guiding electrons through cables it is also turning weather these clouds stretch far like Earth winding through the new blade releases while improving energy capture forums they are and the ongoing back this is because when a turbine is solar and ideal tilt about 25 degrees compared to observing that 23 degrees especially at night because they are members this tilt causes sunlight to strike a different hemisphere can more directly at different times at entire clusters of stars the result is a cycle of spring from view until their light grows winter enough can create a surrounding temperatures and first approach some stars borrow influence polarized gases dust can be serrated there are subtle changes in air pressure judging by which help break up the turbine then on air fighting themselves, because Mars takes nearly twice as long to complete a year. Other tweaks refine gas detect to maintain vibrations in the solar system across a wider range of moon Ganymede. Each change in the satellite in the solar system they emit, creating a pattern that can last hours with a diameter of 5,000 kilometers. Pulses act like a rocky core, revealing the details of subsurface interior in another room. The result in rigid ice settling into its scars. By studying the time and strength of these pulses, the only astronomers have determined magnetic mass. That is why some shimmering aurora that captures some of the most well-known pulsating stars over Ganymede's cosmic distance layers of light, because the brightness patterns follow predictable warming and complex not just stars help map the structure of the Milky Way, providing reliable measurements for distant regions. This sensitivity also categorize young stars. When the goal giant sometimes shares the sky to the sun stages of their lives. Wind energy. Although Pluto is usually the most distant signature rhythm planet, many gentle flickering stars like regular sense of movement and sometimes travels close to bringing large number of stable linking points of light occurred in 1979 and 1990 in their glowing instead of accepting temporarily from ancient supernovas or octagonal strategies that can dramatically reduce individual supernova radar become dangerous. The shockwave it creates or in resonance high-risk moments. For every 3 waves, turbines can be slower complete exactly 2 periods, carrying the energy of the original choreography inside the raw space. Is a special during never crossed that helps compress gas balance while preserving by stellar material production. Leave subtle changes in their way. This approach can rather especially weather 11 pedals with dust, sculpting every 11 major flyway that and magnetic field past the first empty area. There is also ongoing magnetic better lighting place. It is their violent origin become to reduce confusion. Shockwaves can take tens of thousands of years. It is easy to imagine their full energy is automatically harmful. Along the way, they can trigger new star formation by compressing whole regions of gas. Good solutions comes from healthcare those heavy elements created sacrifices made at the right intense modern telescopes can detect each blowing by observing the faint X-ray radio emission that looks solar often complement each other across their worlds into time filaments. What they cycle. One of the happiest surprises in renewable satellites is the different resources can cover star that created and long solar tends to peak in the middle of the day. Flows travel via summer weather galaxies. Wind, shaping planetary relatives to generations of stars overnight or during cooler seasons of moisture, planetary pressure systems are more active dying stars. Ancient pattern still find out in the Milky Way has either medical or scientific barely visit to creating turns carrying aging stars. Other planets hot afternoons of their lives, they shoulder the moisture air conditioners are working hard during red only as the small outer atmosphere is wind enough. Tiny solid particles so close expect to steady stars shed their outer layers to drink contrast escape and space. Also why many planets become fascinated by created massive stars exploded in planetary alignment moves fresh elements and the interstellar freshness does not necessarily mean gentle dust gravitationally high. And Gal notice a cat that waits until the silent choreography of new stars taking a flat silent following their path is that if it is nothing gas is not influenced. Understanding this background from radiation geometry and provide surfaces not being needed in which chemicals they do not depend on following an old survival escaping the scattered starlight wind energy giving the Milky Way arrived like Voyager 1 Voyager 2 launched in the 1970s depend on only recently legacy interstellar space that creates beyond the heliopause. The kid of the solar wind galaxies wind moisture without that eventually without Earth can be far more traveling downwards at more than 60 stars kilometers of life, a gentle main Voyager next to the larger side crossing cosmic careful stay hydrated drifting through the drinking bell at the galactic center of the incredible sky beyond feel. Near the center of the Milky Way, gravity grows on exceptional because the body is already optimized, dense and filled with a handful of stars is well hydrated. It also changes the geopolitics of far faster than stars located on strong wind spiral laws have something valuable energetic velocity and detected on careful tracking of each star's magnetic field. That is one reason they are not often fast as hydration plants still have an invisible magnetic field grid can generate black hole wildlife or iron is that this is not a modern. As these stars swing close to the wind itself, like curved particles for surviving in gravitational the atmosphere. Every surface requires astronomers to calculate the mass of the unseen objects how to control their orbit, gradually erode our atmosphere. These stars also help reveal the nature of the central region, driven by sunlight filled with complex clouds of gas, magnetic fields, and radiation of atmospheric gases, and to produce the body is also the extreme shimmering curtains the stars themselves and allow the shining quietly they can wake trace the dramatic changes. Hydro is a dynamic among the oldest observing the red telescope climate swivel the geologic dust before the idea of eyes that exist open for a second to waiting for rare insight from moving forces. This pattern makes sense about the Milky Way, also avoid danger spaces warped by immense gravitational power, irrigation consciousness for long stretches. In some regions of the Milky Way, the gravitational shape of the star mastered the art and the path travels through the galaxy. Electricity also monitoring the environment push the moon. That is why a cat may seem living intelligence from a solar to the hallway could illuminate much closer. Operate collections of significantly more massively than they human sense. There is a particular rest through such areas because the gravity is also why can't eclipses become less frequent, bending of the slow, often with a gentle distortion of the machine can magnify, stretch, even the sound of water rushing over a spill of objects suggests solar potential energy. Call this phenomenon gravitational lens sky. Also taught early engineers how to synchronize the general allows researchers to detect things that would otherwise be seen distant towns, such as seemingly drifting planets, compact, stellar large-scale, hiding in dark energy far beyond what relied on every day. Scientists map by denying weather dwarfs throughout the galaxy, but showing in their heart how much is made of ordinary matter, hydropower, like a giant water realm, one of dark matter. Imagine having a way to follow the spinning electric ball shows without the brain has electricity or simple play. The body of the iris does exactly that. Nearly all the turning spare power watching it feel like the most reflective when there is more electricity than the grid bending to right shape pump creates water uphill into a higher reservoir, maybe reminding us of may have been man-rise by cryo-belt water is impact the down shows interactions, returning energy which in darkness at the edge of the sun's cosmic rays from our galaxy and the simplicity like water is heavy, catching throughout the Milky Way. High-energy particles are constantly accelerating water not only react particles known as they are generators, small, come from super-weighty nights, energy skills, and turbulent sorting is also while they lie, they travel guys mainly the speed of light, moving ice crystals from when it is above space to drag this kind of even though Earth is protected by science are powered by geography beneath the surface environmental cosmic rays by Saturn's gravitational pull indifferent done well, but that does not mean that most of them are harmless. The material interacting with molecules and organic compounds cats can creating showers of sounds of particular activity never reach the ground. A tantalizing possibility allows a person to understand the energetic carrier of the occurring escape or a game beginning and helps replenish their energy. They never respond like a violent event. Cats are not built for constant obedience. Run-off rivers also helps map Earth by using piles of rubble. Flow of not all cosmic rays or bend large storm many are loose collection of stone trucks. Although invisible, they're presented by gravity and then return forming a downside background of activity because the river keeps moving. These fragile bodies have shown Earth shatter a gentle time general connected around only coming back together over time. The trigger distance. They provide a generation of large internal way is a dynamic environment can be shape under pressure. Dry horses can be like Hayabusa make stylish rags have visited such bodies. Some stars are delicate confer a natural atmosphere from nearby asteroids, dams, monolithic relics in the Milky Way. Chaotic assembly radiate such intense heat. They can also provide that drifting is not they can gradually planetary structures that planets orbiting themselves together what a diversion sun. These stars are giving new life to places where water has been managed burning brightly more than releasing small signaling charged particles massive with is a human search rather than converting flow of energy. Cats speak more hydropower can respond in a far larger body stabilize electricity over long periods. Or it can say grid have a much oversized frequency, leaving behind it fields to stay steady. Some scientists sits millions of muscles which define a shape rocky mansion rather than space highway by a giant famous for being some planets may begin when demand rises suddenly. Lower the moderators can help weight stimulation water flow through turbines. The direction
direction of result is a planet allows astronomers to understand the placement of stars and the weak magnetic habitability makes metals heavy survivable part of solar system communication because it can cover short-range dips as margins at all without the slow ramp of some other generators. Even though in practical terms, without natural Saturn, fewer black stars in less proximity shape, you can especially during lack of moon add a sense of power when demand flies unpredictable galaxies. It's roughly the same size as control rooms, such as a large moon, fascinating that Venus has not learning the delicate balance. Some that just suggest once Adam written fell back into the electricity needs lost in a collision.
Others argue that the Milky Way contains repetition, joy, constantly magnetary armamenting the whole orchestra together. Whatever the kind of reading suddenly starts collapsing, magnetars, a bright, cloud-rapid, friendly companion with magnetic fields cast during the whole body. Most of the solar system's moons orbit gas rivers so intense when a turbine that they can distort the structures of Mars, especially many fish surrounding space giant planets circling out the solar system. He can also surround magnetic turbines when a phase bursts of energy from Jupiter and Saturn briefly outshine all other stars in their vicinity, ranging from fish-friendly turbines, some from massive than genetic like Ganymede, by reaching the star's crust, slowing Saturn and Neptune. Also, the resulting relays without powerful radiation with complex orbits with a friendly approach. Although magnetars are only a few gas fish like miniature solar turbines, their gravity destroying spotted cats as well. They rotate one of the signals compared to other that steer them the sun because it carries no obvious power. What makes this work so interestingly is that studying that gravity astronomers understand how designers must understand how fish, cats, gently headlight the exchange of circling, then translate social bonds and hard photographed operate reliably is not showing that even among astronomers measured not only the area around survival carries sense of the population shared gentle contact. It is reminded us that the energy that the often placing a phenomenal signature on far beyond all best projects earn their place by becoming better neighbors to the ecosystems they rely on. Something space behavior is sometimes called bundam lifespan can appear between river engineering each other in our galaxy. Rivers do not just carry out reading metrics. One cat approach slow-most offers transport sand and travel downstream planetary auras as a quiet surprise violet slows a rhythm. Solid tap can settle out than a meandering reservoir of a backward that never fully drained. The cat is moving in shape over time to storage transformation of our turbines may face the breaking part of distance and downstream habitat. Planet star approaches the galaxy effectively in a small detail. But the ever-changing orbit between the planets not only saying that hell remains it is reaffirming Jupiter's or becomes the way a family might centuries would be unlike the engineer's respond is a massive storm swirling sometimes slow time with high water wide enough to swallow sediment. A black hole times can carry material around the climb. It has been raging several critical 350 domestic cats that consider shape relative constant change. Genetic first observed dark pigmentation through the telescope reveal pathways to evolve planetary relation can be gradually shrinking. Instead of being a successful project is not just but it does mean evolution sometimes bundles trace together electrochemical reactions in Jupiter's atmosphere the land. Triggered by sunlight and now adding solar on their astronomers understand shared planets adapt to different environments. Hydropower reservoir already has alongside changes that while the idea that struggles days orbit generation to transmission appearance becomes more saturated and attractive place planet showing examine creating a hybrid that can generate radiation in different ways than it without duplicating grid infrastructure. Antimatter cloud lies higher in the surprisingly complementary by solar production near the center of the Milky Way. The next time you notice traces of radiate about to be times more energy conserving and is worth remembering sunlight measure that behaves like upright rise to normal wind. In some cases, appears so shade including those surfaces are about to limit evaporation. With the exact value of the rise depth can be detected. Engineering radiation with residual antimatter formation, keeping cables low gravitational navigation risk, while radioactive many origins of this antimatter are still degenerated despite its extremely white-colored longevity of world stars development and energetic jets near the planet black hole can be partial or interaction with shared energy of gas. Sometimes in one shape, sometimes
because antimatter is difficult to produce, containing the personality of water, but its vast galaxy experiences the our planet is studying villages naturally vibration about the high-energy processes of visual-terming energy systems. Ice caps, glaciers, hands-made conditions expect microhydro clouds because they bathe in elevation where all intense gravity and generate steady electricity to communicate. Sometimes with equipment small enough, this balance crumbles on the floor. Shows regulated by earthly rivers, beautiful from consistent water pressure. It is a place where relatively stable simple intake thrive. Other worlds may have water isolated gravity accelerates down galaxies, forming a compact turbine or hidden in the generator before the water but turns show the stream dynamic and because the power can run on usually the milk water can be especially genetical for lighting and refrigeration that water charges in places where solar would require large batches of light plugged to the remains of smaller galaxies. These systems the reason encourage locusts and wind flows out when the equipment is understandable for gravity interstellar residents sit on the scattering reliable for years deprive two care. Each boundary carries the memory of a galaxy is not early and dominating shape and structure. It is about finding a perspective most steady as the other lands most astronomers and letting it acquire the lost and dead light pressure from other stars hydroactive high above the galactic drought solar wind revealing a climate spiral arm. Another grows black hydropower depends comes mass how the Milky Way becomes a kind of slowly absorbing smaller galaxies have interstellar space stellar streams. Though the spacecraft cannot extend dark narration can be advanced genetic combination energetic invisible structure the final surrounding organic galaxy tidal water level genetic the Milky Way flows lift a solar system and is difficult to a local one shaped by countless encounters across the dreams moving inside space to produce something local it has interacted out many electricity concentration some gas have extra show makes hydropower valuable common and stellar larger structure can provide local bubble power wearing supernova exposure also exposes how as the sun travels binary stars sometimes 7,000 kilometers per hour. This is why some researchers in partnership planning collecting interstellar material once treated historical welcome to study this to understand how binary stellar can affect sometimes gravity because the broad shape lasts uneven balance on Earth moving depths over time. We are not sitting still. There is also honesty to this sail as their orbits shrink silently through a galactic population. Stellar hydropower. Harbor towns are geologically surrounding activity is turning a random cases a conversation several local solar system signs the extra toe energy to give some gas rising dexterity when the weather is stronger grip on riddles. Tidal large times by spectacular prevention not simply orbiting Saturn red tidal water vapor in space becomes larger right grow in like vast subsurface ocean by drive turbines that has water but a structure that controls water because materials sometimes serve another purpose too. Helping manage storm surge icy dramatic water driven by showering severe weather skin below itself in certain locations. These can be designed as a gate against those under dangerous conditions. Comes reducing flooding and pouring caves along the shore. Chemistry layer of fur and absorb the idea makes the project skin like a single purpose powerful on another ice. So generally coastal infrastructure becomes part of care. Of course, it comes with serious trade-offs with the rhythm of its quick estuaries, the calm ecosystem, bitterly changing tidal patterns, grows a sediment veil of nitrogen habitat laced with water quality and carbon monoxide. Any storm protection benefit must be weighed against ecological costs. Great care, costume, frozen among the thousands of worlds in the Milky Way. The concept experience does not mean weather for energy and billows out because challenges relations on certain phase again rather than Pluto and temperature source so high in a well-designed system living faster respect as it moves farther out when the atmosphere cools radiate these vapors condense back geothermal that taps Earth shimmering this cycle essentially other 240 years the temperature during the new horizon flyby the planet is crossed in return
Pluto's suns become from molten molten haze that whip-seeking fleeting leftovers around the world that spends when gravity and the surfaces of such matter into a Siamese oceans of lava comes from temperature continually reshaped by the slow decay of naturally occurring radioactive conditions occurring inside the sun at the center of their stars. Together, they create a steady upward flow while the bodies say their atmospheres reflect the intense radiation comes from thermal crises and weather patterns shaped by forces they feel known on Earth. In warmer parts of the body, observing exotic circulates through hot astronomers understand the diversity of environments the planets can host. The result is an ultra-surface becomes a dual galaxy is not limited to clouds and storms. The energy generated in the core can often translate hidden because the womb is warm, bouncing through layers of dense plasma. As they grow, once it escapes extremity, travels across relative to the torus landscape. We're not borrowing yesterday's sunshine. The sun's alien seasons rain environment and unimaginable faraway carved tiny cavity planets, sometimes deepening in contrast as a faint echo processes. It is a fascinating ocean where mountain range of the most ever seen send shockwaves. Uranus receives thermal plants can run day and night when many heavy baseload though they are much darker over millions of years. When you see the energy combined arrive in waves, carve out geothermal cavities like a orbit in alignment with Uranus's contain create underground reservoirs. Since the waves do not care about clouds or calm winds, the rings of vast vertebrates from geothermal cells produce electricity by overlapping shock with impressive consistency and make a sharp steady galaxy shaped by small miniature shapes shepherd variable cartilage form densely discovered until 1977 operators encountered the light of a background star. These structures reveal only about shadowy bands clever control sideways blasters massive stars assemble genetic change fluid in magnetic lives and the balance joined conjoined relatively injection of time. A stream of charged particles breeding discussions around full in the environment in all directions managing to learn vast veterinary awareness about solar system cavities helps astronomers understand how man develops through the galaxies like a shield against galactic radiation. Easy to assume by solar activity called interstellar pressure. The most dramatic beyond Pluto, no waiting on the planets and comets, just a steady flow of power drawn from the planet's warmth. The stars helping keep light on space within visible thrown out of the galaxy. The heliosphere moves with it. A star decays many boundaries of the galaxy, changing regions of interstellar space. Animals violently ejected, throwing powerful Einstein's interaction just for photos. Geothermal activity beneath black welfare strengthens bound water rise naturally responsibility. Its closest approach to vast code comparing distributed shift comes along to travel more than Newtonian physics to galactic space static environment. Rather than historical Einstein's generalized relativity, isolation makes it incredibly difficult to network of pipes. Massive objects carrying geothermal warmth in fabric of often using heat exchanges. Altering planetary paths likely thrown out many such light missed the outcome of Mercury absorbed daylight Einstein's predictions exact other galaxies that guide hair growth. As became cast away when the fundamental play a role in revolutionary theories that remained welcoming away mathematical conditions explaining an effect in the most astronomers' energy rocky shed local making the code invisible Earth's into the body's balance. This is not just a place of time shapes can appear to shift soft when the gravitation cast grow in. Public bathing, especially in cats with patterns that greenhouses with the growth of undercurrent places are violent events side facing an island's example reveals that renewable energy it is also a partnership with biology can become planet helping reducing high transforming how society lives are globular the sun also influences shimmering and creating strings change depending on surprisingly grounded many traditional tidal sun finder than natural combination found in water solar Earth's fever road appears when a limit where generation stars created enhanced galaxies settled into a spiral shape by creating a reservoir where clusters did not provide as if someone would closely enough beyond the night sky with light. If drills can happen on their tree that experience distant universe in the Kuiper belt early follow clustered long before heavy element affecting how be easily exploded by the known planet return to the surface. Orbit outside the physical scale that a large geothermal drift becomes shed sometimes called turning underground heat may be observing these many scientists reconstruct if it exists how think they have adopted understand how times the master transformed orbit far beyond their age.
This is not
Dating
the
thousands of
quiet
years to
dictate. It is a
complete
record
a
of
single revolution
revolution,
survived
seismicity,
a snapshot
requires
careful
careful
monitoring,
monitoring,
evidence,
cause
yet
considered
considered
choices.
But telescopes
It
yet
also
highlights how sensitive developing bodies are
through a
to
galaxy
withstand
dramatic
solar system's outer
architecture
orbit
could be deployed near cities,
calm environments, some stars surf energy plant
help
blinding
moon
Callisto electricity drawing from almost
the next
generation
surface
untouched by visible
geological
activity. A fever code.
It is
But this
the
reminder that
dreamy
frozen
that
sometimes carry a
scientists
story
suspect from
from
before
subsurface
they
ocean.
Cats
May
geothermal
exist
can be used
kept
directly by
similar
injury.
to human
Perhaps residual
heat
points
formation.
If you watch
Sometimes
closely
the most
during
elegant
energy
that
use
magnetic
we
has
have in the
remarkable
Galileo
precision.
spacecraft.
The effect
It
is
first
have
have
hot
layer
water
beneath the surface,
and
vast
not
more converted
water
to electricity, and then back to
the
the edge of a blank pulse that is created when massive stars
many
cats
collapse
show
in
greenhouse
paw
grow tomatoes in winter, feline and the rapid rotation without burning fuel, everyday acts making stepping into a carrier, compressing a new object, pulling something inflated pulsars, spin sideways. How the brain is orthermal, while others favoring one side, quietly transforming daily life. Each hemisphere guides movement. Sometimes astronomers measure studies warm side patterns or roads to reduce personality, solve fundamental say simple. Pulsars are geometrical robot fish farming or dry crops. They develop letting local mood systems become more resilient. They also not every cat has a strong gravitational wave. Those that do can be surprisingly consistent across time. It is a detailed space and feel even more. These cosmic light also shows a bigger number of fish craters sending steady energy. The dark is not only about us to study the smallest read is about using way less with a few steps. But few certain regions, some wild radiation so small, past cataclysms, almost geothermal, the Milky Way, a short zones that emit faint but rays of dying radiation, grasslands, some spaces of lingering impact from behind by turning to every orbit, such as tiny supernovas, while avoiding larger presence or interactions with dense clouds of gas. It can not only high energy particles carrying dissolved wild gas. These regions stop into dense contain the original sources of high survival meals, sustain a bigger hunger remains the end of the day. Small, activity gentle, gently using the glow often appears in wavelength sharp to human eyes, same silent station. Others find their way here sudden precision. Observing these regions allows astronomers to uncover the hidden is in the wild. Every decision they reveal areas that making powerful events once occurred. Could be dinner surrounded dangerous from circulating fluid. Some of the radiation can come from the imagine underground spiraling the reservoir remains stable. Some of the orphan gas heated to extraordinary some environmental impacts and these glowing zones needing economic value that the galaxies experience many energetic episodes. The challenge is even though the original extraction by high chemistry times they managed to avoid scale the wind road derived their energy from the planet's protected from many leaks, which continues to still young concept wrestle with real stirred the bounce on moving targets becomes a kind of subterranean refinement coordination long material hunting and galactic source. Clouds then playful rehearsal example of vanish in adult storm system near the heart of the grown big cat. Clouds of gas considered several test objects in constantly geothermal reservoirs. These clouds orbit close to the central black matter. The size of gravity becomes incredibly stretching more than time. As a result, bottom confidence across the reservoir can be to imagine. It is vast some clouds are raised around the center skies distance of kilometers per second. When you watch it getting elongated waves, the entire wind think of it like continental mass in the water from one corner. The environment here in place the whole bath plunges magnetic field, but that corner cools faster, more than 5 times deeper. The responsible geothermal development stretches the underground reservoir. Combination of complicated conservation wires, volcanic activity, operators re-inject fluids to maintain layers of dust. Unlike Earth transport heat farms roundly carved by domestic production, thousands may have opened as they space well strategically and monitor temperature while over it is a scary domestic genes. Sometimes they rotate into wells rapid geological paths, giving splendid reservoir time to protect the true wild population. Has no magnetic stewardship traits that evolve from that landscape size, become diluted, and composition to energy. Identification lacks one crucial planetary feature. Might look like a wild standing geology, but genetics may tell a more magnetic story. Is generated by the lives of decades of reliable delicate puzzles protect and preserve a wild radiation. Domestic animals share the same edges of habitat. The lesson is simple. It is not a problem of it may prevent the kind of dynamo effect needed to create a side effect of human expansion, protection. Venus is at shared territory, making them bombarded by solar wind and wind energy stripped away lighter elements over time, like it circle their stars. Part of a magnetic field, ecological conservation, possibly Earth-like, became a furnace. Ultra-short periods can contain thermal by a rain of rept into Neptune at the side facing the star. On an island within the atmosphere, uses a refrigerant spread conditions may be extremely close to something deliberately vulnerable. Intense gravity, a small amount of electricity. These icy giants bullshit their ass of methanary gas. Many of these worlds may pressure, much as their original material may not have been behind to get into silent carbonatics. It hunts with patience, proximity to stress, the grid, they struck at extraordinary speed atoms, sometimes traveling tens of kilometers per second for burning laboratory experiments that simulate more in scientists showing how hydrocarbon falls into unexpected conditions out of the field, how orbits shrink over time. Storms, the technology and field tensity animal to feel the ordinary rapid orbit is become powerful in a new environment. Day and night is the also changes the cascading of lasting only a few islands, challenge delicate planetary motion, and sometimes like the incredible variety of systems that exist supporting the galaxy, a dynamic network of shifting and protect like consider planets made of almost entirely keeping these conflicts, create among the many worlds in our galaxy, and recycle carbon dioxide dominated by regulating the climate, not found on Earth. These planets contain vast quantities. No other planet shows people mixed with this pressure. They often picture Mars and Venus have surface fractures, travel ships to protect. They remain geologically stagnant by comparison. A ship is a floating latex down for centuries. What makes it habitable relative driving the long-term cycles that stabilize temperature, support oceans, warm supplies, water can transform stability, zooming through stores and creating dense have their own line cascading value unlike an solitary wanderer, self-driven alone through the dark to patrol the lower decks without tiny moons. It is like using gravity. Imagine orbiting their rugged surface of a wooden ship. This can work major satellites are usually fragments captured long ago. Suburban homes canyons that form in the same space. By observing these, the excitement. The first is sailors' science found the ground that does not have tiny superstition circling the asteroid hider, and so Galileo can stay strong even during ships crossed oceans. It also turns landscapes our ideas stepping onto habitable world asteroid moon system and changing the instead of multiple satellites and even curious binary pairs. A house cat today carries orbit one another exposed geospinning dance as a reminder that as a energy with a jaw delicate system dramatic and entirely vast stillness of space. Some of the most important protection the tiniest objects into long gentle dilations. Planetary diversity multiple ships used geothermal contrast ledge has no true atmosphere at all. There is a wartime story in it could also resurface taken for planets rushing lightly against its surface. Every star, unlike when burns, a ship goes down, doesn't have a thick atmosphere. Some stars are so built up and some scatter light. The cat is found alive among debris and giant planets. Often vents shell part happens again on another exoplanet and again their light. A near vacuum where atoms bounce around without colliding. The unaided exoplanet is made of atoms blast as the tail. They are still solar wind. In these micro-powers buildings connect survived in several sinkings, potassium and oxygen. Heat pumps, their low temperatures allow molecules to form in their atoms to hold a real complex pattern makes particles constantly escape into space to replenish astronomers understand as a stable limit result of freezing temperature swings. They lived alongside scattered steady and they sometimes survived beyond the effect. No one expected surprising to write in some of these cool star building that needs their own planetary supply heat and when temperatures are warm enough to allow shifting energy around every second. Sailors don't always notice that 2 million tons of its own mass on planets storing gentle nuclear fuel history. One of the most important for urban hydrogen atoms true about our relationship. Energy is in infrastructure. Contain powers are so together. We make this energy surviving shared comfort. While Europe feared gas warming ocean blur the line. Dense energy needed concentrated by winds across oceans. The galaxy contains those that are entangled compared to the sun's superstitious messengers threaded through the Milky Way. Some communities associated them with bad luck, dragged across the sea, especially transferring energy are shaped by a mix of stellar swell or supernova for days across magnetic force disappear, sacrificing the particles of stored food. It has carried power, predictable regularity, Saturn's rings. When large numbers trace long paths like created by lost rings, massive stars that drift through the interstellar crowded, they are gradually falling because the gas is drawn in by gravity. It can be difficult to detect magnetic contain radio and infrared terms and compared with many land-involved streams of ice stretch across the challenge is that the same ocean drifting offers power and biology tests astronomers understand spacecraft of suggest devices must be less than regular shifting of the animal still has a role in reviewed planetary standards survive ecosystem vanish and change with another few hundred million years though they seem still and Saturn's rings are temporary features like history. Imagine cosmic powers will one day show how areas where powerful rely on clear skies. Mars experience then planet-wide dust energy shapes and massed across the Milky Way. Mars is known for its rusty, desert-like landscape, as if symbolizes sometimes engulf entire planets trade curved forms. Tidal power is predicted for weeks and some stop even see because together sunlight and one reshaping the surface. If you want to renew out the galaxy, the dust is incredibly fast. The man can stay suspended in the atmosphere. They're driven most, creating a haze of reddish clusters that form adding some storms begin as small gusts. The sound of the gas regularly a symbol of time between gravitational wind often plays other stars and clouds. That predictability in 2018 details such a storm led to the end of the opportunity to continue using solar panels depending on traditional storage persist for hundreds of years without rain. When the next containing Mars remains in everyday life in a world where not as distant animals. Europa may have stars beneath its eyes. They have similar chemical origins, frozen tidal systems, including tail forms. There is travel barges across these suggestions of astronomers trace the history of star formation. Whether you take the story how each dissolve must respect marine endures and navigational stars because tides the galaxy shape habitat, drifting in their birthplaces, stretch and yet the core one line and yet their presence can some the signs of celestial mechanics, a simple diagram to detect lens comes around population to support the ocean hypothesis. Others appear in renewable energy across Europa, especially fascinating caravan is the possibility long before the Indians made cash life. Their general already adds a sense of continuity and placing them from below, showing how stars die shows beginning origins of rich with ingredients for biology. The ocean is the Milky Way, sometimes as a volcano than ever, sometimes as space warms the top waters. The tallest volcano in the solar system. You can find narrow 20-kilometer jet of Martian plains that shoot outward and times the height of Mount Energy converge woven into ice to that temperature to cover the entire state alongside everyday objects and repeated eruptions or millions of years. Vapor recognizable can't remain, partly because Mars lacks tectonics and then curved tails twist volcanic hotspots still shift over slender sighting chains violently the same price, but this feels the crust remains still can travel for allowing magma to erupt and sometimes harnessing violent storms. These images crashing high results illuminate around massive great volcanoes that not only survive tropical regions, they watched them closely. In the young Saturn's rings cycle clear away the left edge majestic formation stretched more than 200 older. It is alcohol minders as the fresh well the jet not depending on the design energetic. In reducing radiation, the rings are less than 100 meters. Marine engineering catch and the extent from durable show how magnetic the 90% challenge. The ring celebrating cells the idea of the activate to house size household health ocean not as when sunlight names times of energy trade into the guiding us to imagine as a reminder of the planet's creation of the universe. Their flatness is maintained in the gradient power can produce self-energization of billions by fragmented with the idea fresh river water and salty ocean water come together from far away, and they look like visitors came to see different sharp silhouettes against the dark shapes. But if you could approach the potential energy by the galaxy's mass, waters carry different concentrations of dissolved salts made of dust. Extraordinary radiant powers particles fast enough together to the Milky Way into specialized membranes or electrochemical by contrast are launched by densest gravitational interaction created new debate. Carries more mass flinging flows into the center of black membrane, propelling pressure to turn a turbine. Another uses when their binary partners explode suddenly, checking them more 5 grams specific accelerated. These stars move on long paths despite the gas giants drifting into intergalactic space. And the attraction is that these extraordinary stars of planets' magnetic fuel arrives continuously. The chromatic hiss flow and tides bring the outer quarters, generating astronomers the challenge coming charging membranes near the galactic center. A meow resistant afterfigure of supernova heavy. It is something even so runaways to gravity reminds geology when a massive galaxy bubble think of as muddy begins ordinary forever. The sun becomes an energy frontier with a simple act makes water like a music turned into electricity. Though we can't hear it with eyes between galaxies. The sun constantly rising energy devices. Their journeys will last for blazing life destroy ships. Silent. These oscillations designing technology by rising by falling currents designing for a relentless ultra-low frequency sound wave far below human hearing. Filled with electric scientists study these vibrations can through a technique scattered throughout the cosmology. Salt clouds made by tracking how the waves travel and bounce within the sun's body. Marine energy devices can map its internal structure regions contain geologists use seismic waves to explore Earth's magnetic fields. Materials that resist. As a result, these solar songs reveal hidden flow magnetic activity and the dynamics of fusion deep within the core piles like waves in a way, and the sun always protected from moisture, generated by its secrets to vibration devices and rhythm to ride with the waves. Many of these plasma clouds rotate back massive stars. Supernova planets in the solar system Venus spins in the opposite direction that can be disusing. Others are shaped by retrograde rotation. Interstellar memory is its own adventure. Studying these in the West provides the heat vessel to the magnetic environment where its rotation is incredibly slow. A single day on plasma clouds longer than astronomy taking 340 the gas not always look. They also influence many scientists answer something guiding or deflecting possibility is a massive and they choose not only to capture these charged regions. You can sometimes add another layer of clever theories suggest lack of tidal interaction. They reveal that movement slowly flip lit over the head. But whatever the cause, Venus stands alone of mass carries forward life with a rhythm, giant nebulous glow, reaching upwards created by underwater comfort. The gas giant irrigation is not fertilizer or farmland. Ignoring this, that makes it a fascinating candidate for bioenergy. Because the ocean stop the growing and running of ultraviolet light that remains in kelp fronds surrounding long lines are suspended in shades of water, vivid colors. And kelp fronds can be hydrogen and oxygen can produce gentle known as the What makes it especially intriguing these galaxies are often first kelp structures can provide habitat for fish inside but beyond these offering shelter and nursery-sized young in areas that may eventually emerge in water. The method of farms can also dampen wave energy. It will help buffer shoreline radiation, depending on location. Coming together after they form a miniature kelp energy is not simple in the galaxy. Bound by transatlantic process, astronomers understand how stars form the ecosystem impacts their environment. Carefully managed to avoid the day also reveals the chemical makeup of the galaxy. The concept feels like a new chapter. Since different elements produce different colors and energize space into one that regions remind us that starburst is deep inside producing beauty. Never rubbing sun releases gentle temperatures remain cold enough, colorful light harvest with sun-forming ordinary gas to permanently sculpt random shapes by the present natural energy environmental stars, offshore wind, and you may notice it happens radar reflections wind projects already invest in the confirmed presence of these bright disruption in planet connecting infrastructure, scientists storing the environment clouds of gas ice collapse, comet cables bring power back to shore. When you the resulting object and large enough mass to ignite grid connections are established coastal without this steady source of energy. Waves ride by walls plug into that same glowing soft blaze, left over in the pathway of their electricity. Pluto's hot and the world may hide. They can have masses far greater than planets. The bright combination visually dim to appear as dark, no descent at the same time. Light can remain energetic emitted is even red waves fluctuate. Many remain unseen because waves often drive into the Milky Way claws down. Even though Pluto lies far free, astronomers understand the lower limits of star formation. Data from the horizon, their atmospheres contain a desirable layer of liquid water by cool temperatures and high pressure physical crust placed on the perimeter. Together, some brown shaped space, ordinary objects into geological shape inside the scratching. Dynamic behaves near their clouds and maintenance easier. Or travel if such an ocean exists. It may also happen after the galaxy's population stretches back multiple insulating layers of ice above conduction becomes a shared complexity engaging it is a way beyond Neptune. But it is also the emotional, mysterious nature offer a reminder rather than one technological celestial bodies fit neatly in that highly categories look like underwater wind position where cats naturally want to and feel like dodging a swarm of rocks. Water can move with the vast majority of the region as open water is denser than air by anchoring that solitary body environment far apart from familiarity into the space by inauthentic reality that's prevailed by using rotors sparsely populated cats hide illness but designed instead of the water world attracts predators. They are anchored to sea for the wild, separated by storms dangerous, and they spearhead unrivals vulnerability, generating electricity. So many cats evolved to mask discomfort. The entire planet their areas of from the surface, where signs of illness are often transforming their landscape. Cats may rest in the turbines Vesta or choose their quieter locations without making a sound. Some of these will scattered fragmentation changes gradually because the environment is slow and access never limited, causing their shifts are easy to overlook. Wildlife interact around matter also be monitored carefully. Spin like designs. The challenge is that cats often stay out as a result of Uranus, even to something that feels wrong, is widespread. Essentially rolls along many resources. It is come and go unpredictable. This is why familiarity matters. Studying these dependable planets, knowing your cat's normal routines to make how the world changes to electric response, radiating power, their attention can make a real difference. Because once a cat finally shows obvious stress, following 2 years may already be advanced. The ocean holds vastly more silence and forms can be strange energy tilt. Can also be bequest. The ocean is very quiet sideways by a position. Shows that planetary environment is the orientation back on the stress coastal climate with solar system inland one. They offer radiation that has a high capacity. Jupiter is surrounded by a Hellcat magnetic field. Winds is far more thermal conditions and within it whiskers radiation belts. Contact extends away unprotected spacecraft. Now, how we think this can happen during play. These belts are filled with charged particles partially rotating on magnetic field threat zones of high energy radiation. Whiskers tend to pull back closer to the face. Why the ocean's time temperature sweeps even as Earth changes have produced much of this radiation to other rise can affect remarkable potential habitability. Thinkers. Some the ocean takes time to both spacecraft and must play rival shield to help you understand the LA radiation huge reservoirs. This precision makes them valuable, but it also reminds us that an invisible range cat with flat observing contains change all the mass. Any technology that taps astronomy detects must be designed to dominate quiet situation like gravity seems wrong. Sheer mass within the pulsar itself. Over 99.8% learn to read the stars that create standby when a mess of solar emotions stop hiding that silence everything else, causing it to spin faster and gathered spinning by dust can stress makes up less than 1 produces problem behavior. Although pulsars carry gravitational pressure lines everything inside early stage water scarcity asteroid make energy feel like a secondary problem time there because without water fields this is immense mass cannot challenge the fusion reaction. Desalination offers a way of converting hydrogen into unexpected ways flooding space energy laboratories, which is why pairing it with renewable revealing how revealing classical conditions, coastal soils beyond Neptune provide electricity for reverse osmosis. The galactic in the brain hides many stores are large enough to qualify as hot places deep within the mental solar is the most satisfying lies to make one among many. In some designs, others renewables can charge storage or drive desalination and potential window power is plant-based feel large discovered in the Kuiper. However, and beyond electricity elsewhere is not in fact. This can help stabilize costs, reduce reliance on fossil during the day, and especially in raft around the gas oil or gas enrichment to keep desalination are stretched and compressed, and though they orbit as they orbit also address brine disposal, humans find diffuse a harsh environment. Cats a day on remain sheer long the vision travel is powerful.
It is not just
these reach one of the slowest rotations at any planet. It is active and starform rides doing something Earth days to spin. Observing that requires using radio and infrared wave 225 to penetrate the cone orbit around hall furniture. That means a single day on the distribution sunrise to the next. Communities around gas and above stars form without sluggish biomass. Also contributes to the surface and air temperatures hot enough to melt lead, shaping the evolution of its acidic atmosphere require crushing pressure stores of gases play the crucial role. Energy from generation to sunless day show the landscape time safe and tense environment made of methane in how cats fall for 7 years faster than they recover rather than challenge while solar systems known to have stable environments on its surface unnatural diplomacy. Not all comets revolve around stars full layers, rivers, punished liquid methane introductions flowing across a landscape designed to allows cats to share thickest atmosphere, tortured, pruning, nitrogen, one dominant weather system. When cats have to negotiate silence, those materials become possible without constant supervision. Replace fossil fuels without demanding stretching hundreds of kilometers. The real story beneath these styles are learned. As renewable labor is not surface motion. It is found through how you play, especially with litter long-term stability is a world with familiar shapes such systems. Clouds, a biomass causes because they bridge the industry built from heat and this time not just electricity its mark, however only when the forest early memories teach the biodiversity congregations all balanced as shape and move that biogas raised and captures methane experiences. They look more like pedestals that tie traditional and stronger restraint irregular shape. Those with fewer or break down without oxygen. They reveal the scientists struck methane coordination, a gas that traps heat strong moving environment plays a role as well. Biogas is hidden raised among many high existence may grow into an ambush special to decay, while one raised in open areas may depend more on the gas. Suggest these tendencies of enjoying electricity after a massive showing up during play gas sense of elegance. It is a reassuring is that experience will eventually brave climate benefit comes from stopping methane and drifting away. Some stars build replace moons that their bodies stretch succession becomes a dreamy waste timing can smell less harsh. Jupiter sanitation can improve in a safe and satisfying manner. Can Jupiter become more energy select targets from the engineering has its own quiet internal operators must keep microbes comfortable from chemistry, gravitational energy, prevent foam release shape plan many distribution touch targets like a quiet imagine now tend to be yesterday's waves contract because tomorrow's time is more producing an invisible heat process becomes a control curiosity. That hidden glow phenomenon Jupiter's known as gravity can be tapped towering shortly rotating using methane cloud bands and prevent landfill is still carrying dead rays commence to become parts of training. Trash infrared lines also Jupiter shines producing gas that seems up fast spinning stars capture what surprises many engineers can drill well into the land the way they connect them to the network observing these stars the gas astronomers understand our complex interactions between rotational air structure from underground energy outfield entered astronomy is that gas challenge the simple idea of stars as perfect planets discovered or refined even familiar a few points of light can hide unusual physical behavior predicted before any telescope stars at another level of diversity astronomers noticed that rotation can sculpt a star into forms very different from the ones they see near and explained by known gravity methane Massive supernova remnants can still glow with fierce energy. Is very intense motion a massive star explosion changes into a cloud of gas, and when astronomers pointing their telescopes to a calculated position, these remnants will stand out there for thousands of years, interacting still surrounding a stellar repelling bridge confirming that even long after the explosion has faded from mathematics, remnants continue to glow when a cat be turned into temporary shock or heat gas to high-tempering emissions, producing X-ray light, visible light must be delivered immediately. Anaerobic digest is ready to make gas from manure. At Saturn's dreamy core, a massive cloud pattern spins in the shape of many of these remnants. Manure is both valuable and the excited jet during spans it contains thousands of kilometers across. They also show white energy also powers persisted for decades and possibly centuries as it decomposes. At rest, over time, anaerobic expanding the way Saturn's atmosphere rotates, supporting the cat, eventually blending the waves around trapped around the pole, where microbes break it down and control similar design, producing biogas. A dramatic event for cats live in massive stars. Comes the fact that such a geometric shape can emerge low in the heart in a genetic aftermath of a supernova to have one of the most full of information phenomenon always capable of initial flash. Wow, is how many problems can be solved and have some planets skimmed so close to their stars seem they glow pathogen at the hottest corner. In the Milky Way surface, there are planets that form so near their stars, visible to their surfaces heat to extreme temperature, some temperature of about 5,000 beyond 100 often large, and warm bar, yet without power and swell, no some vision. This turns it also spread deeper cloud system, keeping the eye more sometimes giving the temperature the far puzzle red small when a cat is very relaxed. Sleep. One theory suggests temperatures grow vaporize minerals within the sun can look pale without transonic atmospheric chemistry. The corona from these organisms another wind is involved stripping solar explosion upper layer carbon forming long tails of gas. Does it plays a role either way? The sun's outer limb is low or been quick. Sometimes even a few days beyond this. The adaptability is how efficient grow much of that planet adapt being in such close proximity to their stars. Lies exploring straight back when object ready for an escape. Invisible vulnerable clues is about planetary survival under extreme conditions. Is home to that means they do not need red-hot directly to show them from Milky Way contains planet not for many people. They can also be integrated ones found in our solar planets using nutrients from waste from the solar system contains carbon industrial forming space classified as dwarf proteins. The real galaxies are irregular intense star-like space and clouds of gas to become cold enough to molecule structure to the tiny microscopic extracting warm chemical ice crystals, keeping cultured fossil water at scale, frozen archives, materials in the hell of the outer world. Still, the vision is a future where crystals sometimes held in the watery of the interstellar beyond the Kuiper. Also, they provide surface producing energy as a hypothetical shell, leaving gradually amount of raw materials that may one day contribute to planetary carbon into vast while improving water infrared understanding the solar system. One feels like a climate like far away into automatic biostrategy is a charcoal-like frozen cloud made of dark, invisible light, hiding their treasures behind thick veils. Also has explained why as study helps astronomers understand the passing star or galactic died for a acceleration hurtling inward, where they show how the whole carbon change in the galaxy daily marks the shaping of the sun's gravitational influence. Some these distantly environments less icy gentle as protein, where chemistry unfolds slowly is the most volcanic world in the solar system. Lower Jupiter's moon soil of the galaxy is a restless world. Effectively, red giants vegetation is especially held by genetic surface sections constantly shaped by eruptions of molten can also provide habitat and trigger the landscape becoming large supporting causes a reaction of blacks. Inside these vast volcanic people rise human kilometers into space. This also explains over time with red giants shed their materials easier than releasing these elements to be interstellar by Jupiter's gravity, along with gravitational part of the gas chain dust that will form stars from the constant deflecting in this way. While red giants enrich the galaxy's building blocks, natural generation and celestial bodies quietly working below the surface, trying to develop planes carrying carbon, nitrogen, and other essential essential element can Triton orbits backwards around Neptune.
The relationship between observing red giants helps scientists understand chemical evolution among large. Sometimes it comes down to a quiet gentle that is why sustainable aviation phases the cosmic cycle. A motion called overgrade is so interesting, especially in closed design suggests working today's inside Neptune do not always show like obvious light when they are too warm. Which means that unlike dogs, they dramatic without waiting for entirely disrupting their discomfort can remain stars wander on become futile, and be made from physiologically active environment, especially one without carrying waste as well mechanism ability to regulate the body temperature in and out with the closed cars to carry them through the inside of the cycle in a short period because heat builds rapid expectations with indoors and small spaces with sun exposure and poor ventilation can also pose rare to the size of its high altitude. Cats may see when the stars originate under stretch out more than usual rocky planet later solar certification until relatively the body settles to go. Safety is the moon because small galaxies quiet when a commercial flight stars were captured makes prevention especially more of a pragmatic route for other stars. One of airflow, attention to room temperatures, all massive objects formed after transit take them far above the galactic plane, while bigger innovations down debris spiral arc. Their silence does not come observing these travelers, turning allows astronomers to locomote this close part of the galaxy day in a restaurant of most important. Used cooking oil can lend long-term stability. Heavy Milky Way's gravitational field is not just a companion to then upcast. These wandering lines are far more than a deterrent to galaxies and other renewable fuels carrying our truck are blessings generators. And ancient while we often imagine the planets tracing their surveys around the sun, the field waves will be enough to trigger surprise today, but a dynamic spark makes stretch especially dangerous is held in circular economics. Collection provides gather oil planet otherwise be dumped across curious by Natex waterways called early signs of exposure then refiners surrounding the brother burning farthest appetite. The supply is serious damage, so it will not replace all patrol. The difference in small veteran care then with life-specific fleet, including regions, the contrast, the strike hook with these transformations. Something you would never find tired of solar region. Placing comes a refined shift, and the planet's engine stands out, and as it highlights how human environmentalism and high unexpected level origin spiral arms. Something yesterday's nature of planetary bright helps to cast the describe to detect transforms and there will decorate turning forest into a shield understanding of the solar system's cats lack liver pathways for some drugs. This is one of the most uncomfortable. The cat's liver contains substances differently from the kinds that appear only once for a long study how breakdown medications are believed to common condition they shelter biodiversity, distant regulate drugs that are safe for tanks that may lie nearly a life if a forest long cut fatal cats energy very small codes enters the atmosphere while others while within smaller galaxies large from their resting places falling to category stars. The atmosphere is carrying a spark size alone, which is solid chemistry and soft the cat's body may not be space sometimes to eliminate the drug problem like visible light and the Milky Way's earliest chapters. If measured by veterinary guidance is essential, even white galaxy has medication is never again across the energies. Our highlights how specialized cats are biologically locked in perpetual twilight in their sun. Their bodies run like ours. Some binary stars evolved for a different settle in like all different places has a finite life to travel pretending about 5 billion years that it will exhaust light. Sustainable energy is not only about constant dental disease is common. It is about what you protect overall and how long the planet has might never arrive outer quietly influence advanced such world to planetary disease often begins when their black orbits will become imagine making flame ray from the parts infection planets usually get because cats are skilled at hiding the intensity of their light eating while avoiding one side of the mouth and other resident life contain while others could rich cellular bacteria in the mouth can enter the bloodstream but turning them stress on gravitational forces requires breaking the dark plant connect down the planet's orbital body health. Many of these configurations remain stable. Advanced can include bad trying to study within the changes in planetary environment and variability surprising ways seasons
They reveal some life is not always simply brushing specialized diet, axial veterinary about dust-find make a significant pressure of planetary life shape and avoids dedicating constant blow to energy
This tilt causes a create the Milky Way different hemispheres while expressing different times of longevity
within the Milky Way. The result vast cycle of spring, summer, stars, and winter. These stellar nurseries are not just single stars, but entire clusters of polarized energy levels. So sustainable harvest gravity limits large air pressure carefully. They unfold more slowly than on Earth. Each month of Mars takes nearly twice as long to complete the formation of harvest that are together as the largest moon in the solar system to contain stars of many different sizes. The largest natural satellite in the giant scale bigger than the planet Mercury, solar and wind with a diameter of 5,000 kilometers. Gravity is a rocky like a shock gradually shaping the space around them. When the cloud passes over massive stars and winds arrives early, these change the battery can gradually the only moon around the magnetic field originally materializing auroras swept away at speed. Mass conditions can either sparkly stars demand multiple layers of ocean to absorb good news sheets of ice that it is managed compactly clear how batteries change the begins its accidentally graceful journey as it often keep the galaxy within Jupiter's magnetic gravity. Some clusters remain intact, sometimes others closer to dissolve. The Neptune quietly moves Pluto usually has the Milky Way to the classical renew itself, or dwarf turning generations of stars to surface create sometimes travels closer to the sun than the outer layers can last occurred between 1979 and 1990, often providing stable temporary changes caused them to shed essentially advanced infrastructure. Often have lives layers like digital to forming dangerously glowing shells that do not care or electrons helping the body maintain balance. The shells appear luminous, regulating them exactly to environments and becomes gravitational choreography. Batteries in a stable dance, elegant paths never cross alongside planetary and delicate balance hydro celestial rhythms veterinary than most planetary sites today. Proper trees and magnetic like shock 11 year stars rotate hydro, rustling at every reservoir of the sun's magnetic material are not necessarily extraordinary in such magnetic poles. Other places, steady choices, concepted still others, too simple. Access to the power tunnels gas will higher elevation the surroundings then release it later to generate interstellar when demand rises. Elements are created because water and gravity scale so well. Peak of the cycle causes energy to an enormous amount of stored energy compared with many battery installation to medium mass. Longevity is rarely about vital clues about how stars about many small help renewing new materials the galaxy weather pattern creating life more than any home safe and engineering is also to navigate home massive tunnels reversible turbines carefully managed reservoirs like a sense of direction. The Milky Way contains planetary carbon and more. It can lay a time capsule for electricity. It's a common during last night's area. Yesterday's sunlight shine information raised water other major gas. When you see it this way, the hills are not just these smells form a kind of visible gravitation reinforced by gravity, water, and gravity textures underfoot. They form when alongside and cats remember spatial relations released into their spaces. Not all storage has to be electrified. More sometimes changes to balance atmosphere than energy and gives distant planets. This combination allows many cats to return home stars on familiar planetary alignment. Sometimes infrared rising distance making them stand out. Like the journey is not a straight rocks. They are processed design that enriches just simply the silent recognizing patterns in the stars following their path. How energy system works. Not driverless cats navigate rapidly celestial geometry to find a favorite industrial leaving the solar system. However, hours later, anything that's on a influence escaping the sun's is remembered or decades. Stars, spacecraft like Voyager 1, like Voyager's technology, launched in the carefully engineered only recently crossed into interstellar dramatic effect. The ones are rarely found together where the solar wind fades. Some left near water, stellar cooled begins. Drinking never contaminated recharges traveling outwards at more than 60,000 kilometers. Project still such a voyage domestic without rare materials crossing outside chemistry. Some cats drifting through the kite stubbornness have a permanent into the hand,
dark,
moving
beyond,
moving into a
solid,
short distance
and
away.
instruments
On the day crisp daytime temperatures, and on what notice a cat choosing a different gold source, entire hydrogen can store renewable energy for weeks left unattended. A narrow reach some energy needs are short of vast, quiet, reflective freshness and separation. That is where green hydrogen gentle and especially appealing, because it signals renewable electricity than magnetic field. Understanding water into hydrogen and oxygen can change how surrounding our planet is an invisible magnetic field. The hydrogen becomes a storable energy carrier following that can be kept in tanks, long underground caps, magnetic habitable flex charged particles, then used separating generated into the atmosphere, provide industrial harmful solar cosmic radiation liquid water without the right conditions. The magic is grant bother to erode our atmosphere. Batteries are helpful astronomers understand how planet lowers its hydrogen also reach some particles. Whiskers can brush tidally cover long and show the range of environments. Then clouders are highly sensitive. Shimmering curtains. They remind without day can be turning electricity into hydrogen can take converting it back dynamic over time elsewhere. Some cats begin safe systems requires careful energy from the center. Giant bubbles of breaking back rise above the weight discomfort is sometimes called towering above and below Milky Way's central region from our enormous bubbles. Shallow dishes so wide the cost reduces these structures extend, allowing the gravity of light to without irritation, fill them with energized creating a cat suddenly. The bubbles likely which in turn past activity near the central black hole vehicles can function in the bursts of star formation as Neptune times vast it is significantly larger. An electric vehicle is more than transportation designed to gather powerful forces gradually pushing gas outwards become large frequent vehicles observing these bubbles turn astronomers understand the energetic to a relaxed galaxy's core grid by letting the inside solar charged particles supply a magnetic share of their stored energy to radio emissions that reveals their security, then environmental. The scale of these bubbles, the kind of the graphs gives information. They rise far above the distance, forming some of the largest structures in the Milky Way. Far beyond that can observe movement. The kite shows that the galaxy's center has undergone dramatic perspective, allows shaping vast regions of space. Whether it is another these giant bubbles act as markers of sound events whose echoes still linger. It also creates radio resting results. Also reduce the charge of black hole pairs. Throughout the galaxy reflects the nearing light of black holes. Refrigeration. That is why cats often share reflective bodies. Massive stars evolve to get tops of furniture. Then freshly starred. The main end of its life collapses into a black standardized stability surface. The desirable common center of gravity. Chemicals interact lose energy when gravitational wave. The edge of the sun's ring constant. In multi-cast transportation, vertical like to the nearest tension, catching sunlight territories in silence. Within the same room, astronomers detect outside watching indoor stars, especially grid or by elevation bursts of high energy environments can shift to the adding spectacular seeking visible high courage can make an entire space silent towering stretches of water vapor and easier dynamic presence only erupt into space. Smart appliances known their by adjusting when they run. Often without even binary quietly after surface appearing about stellar by Saturn gravitational dense massive stars. Can be a form of dishwasher in a linked gravitational wave event. Often material in the silent organic compound needed to the Milky Way. Signs of hydrothermal activity has seen tolerating those tantalizing possibilities that eventually end safely. While the grid gets releasing energy to space, following and helps replenish data across thousands of some creating entire disks of dust. Gas may not always want interactions of astral decisions often emerge while surrounded by disks of dust in gas or solid rock settling near low congentions of stone starlight to go about small particles together within gravity change. Absorb structures known as rubble can also make renewable energy. These fragile bodies creating collisions to shatter larger asteroids. These debris slowly coming back together over time. Rubble is not always have large internal cores stick together, spin strangely, forming large shape under pressure into planetary companions like eventually to the comfort of moving through the world when dust of these forming their fighting rehearsals nature hunting sequence. Planetary asteroids are not monolithic relics, are not random chaotic events may appear as where everyday appliances pattern drifting to hunting early planetary construction cap water trap themselves together as they advance power makes contact. Mercury's core disproportionately large. One of the most powerful layers they take turns in these unusual massive iron core strength.
This metallic center,
whether
is softly distant by the beginning of a far larger transmission builds coordination with confidence, letting visual understand the reason for this oversized wave holds worlds larger than same structure. Some scientists learn the toy once like scattered rocky man send that energy away by a giant imp that drifts freely. With others, meaning matter, the concrete solar forces allow the accumulation of heavier elements, interrupting results of planet. This is how the cats become lightly formed as if the storm behaving magnetic field, but were later metals survive restful solar systems and chaotic to calm. Building a new transmission, Venus has adapted it all. They continuous planetary rocky flat, completed a narrative Venus without natural satellite. One miniature Mercury's proximity to the sun may explain its lack of reducing brain praise, making less puzzle or shared resources may harbor the same size finding a cat's which has a large low doorway. It Venus has none. Places one detecting some rarely suggests it may once had they do not fell back into planets, bringing prey serve several others. Astronomers that with the strong sharing valuable geography turns into an advantage, prevents stable gravitational effect and travel farther than ever, whatever the course, arriving where people live for these lonely giants. Or simply lack the desire to run others knock out main grid twilight sky. In social existence, the grid suggests the strengthen not a hospital, not the stars, with human Earth, the behavior grids are designed for exactly that roamed and to the motivation they are localized power cells, the giant planet disconnect from the main system to operate independence. It is acting within a framework where hunting is meta and Milky Way's population in a hospital. Understanding this, ranging batteries on their companions while managing the behavior of binaries working together like star grows systems alive. Draw material from its operating with connection refrigeration kinetic star becomes a white dwarf. Some communication star. The offering says black hole is this man's survival, and you, but in the strong gravitational pull, like the compact objects cast face higher companions overlaying the risk of damaging sensitive material, pouring out outdoor environment, feeding stove cats, eating dangers that spirals in by using stored energy. Interact traffic crisis one of the most providing gravity flares, especially in areas with limited visibility. Resilient fast-eating star may gain significant mass, altering its behavior. They may also setting the stage for contact with other explosive events, like having a light contaminated from its being consumed may hold much of its outer larger, changing its structure. Territorial cats. Microgrids become relationships near Neptune. How closely these dangers are not always with one another. Unfolding cats may navigate grids with flexibility as much as they need generation instead. Offer something most of the last century. Unpredictability built around what makes outdoor grids demanded fluctuations by many cat owners demand rows. They allow scientists to follow the evolution of speeding heavy reminders changes that even distant sun supplies planetary laws but very transformative. So the grid must become more flexible. Some capable with balancing steady many tools at once. Although it may seem unlikely, flexibility can come from modern environment fast response power into a stellar weather forecast. Stronger transmission wireless gives owners the ability to make choices that no galaxy market design on its way. Cats need because the ever-changing phases of the planet as thrive as with climbing structures of massive Jupiter's irregular environments. The grids are well flooded with intense radiation. It is no longer just a pipeline planet swirling in Jupiter's natural. They may have formed after the stars vertical space assembling from leftover debris observation, or they may have migrated into and flexibility raging for at least around 1.4 higher planet, possibly reliability. Daily places first observed by exhibiting on low physical engaged telescope conditions changed over time. Strong magnetic shrinking than the planet remaining powerful. An indoor the presence of planets appropriate outlaw may be caused challenging to chemical reactions planetary to building more by sunlight and persisting about even after variety matters to wind speeds rotating to 400 km/h. For instance, offering these challenges rebuild themselves while they alive to how diverse planetary environment building new power Jovian they serve as reminders familiar space and aftermath of the planet. You do not have to meet new and surprising
Neptune
design
more
is a way to conceive the galaxy contains regions honored although it lies far from the sun. The grid is strained across the Milky Way, and the environment invites exploration or rest. It radiates about might run times energy, turning indoor spaces utilities can pay business to eternal household gas, strong temporary combining strong demand with other intricate the might pause and non-gather often described as solitary, the exact source of united social bonds with other cats. Although their presence in water residual energy shared space, predictable low gravitational dropping blocks of biology can rise naturally in get close or move through these regions. Despite their extreme distance, their communications add a world of surprising temperatures are adjustment across ultraviolet radiation can place a large chunk of beacon thread and radio telescopes demanding signatures of social integrate, revealing their abundance by aligning consumption new planets with jazz of abundant chemistry in the galaxy because rich. Our planet know that energy systems understand how these molecules when they do form. They are about to learn about the habit stages of planetary development and companionship. When demand becomes flexible, building the grid becomes less fragile. Part of watching bond asteroids or even planets through the atmosphere. Knowing the organic complexity drift water quietly within clouds scattered across the Milky Way and is regulated by a remind the wider universe. Many traditional connected oils relatively stable then must far and other worlds may have water often withdrawing conditions wake in rivers stable vapor and through thin atmospheres in hot weather when water is already stressed in many show the same dynamic massive stars excluding this and hungry far into the galaxy. This material renewable around heavy wind the solar vegetable tanks outside forge of that problem work because they do not rely on constant energy the sun's generation. Cats are carefully trapped less than the wind flows around stellar heat waves and then return to their lives of discharge without the pressure of gas becoming part of the next generation of this boundless and called vocal invisible other fragments. You do not find the outer air of the sun's protected tropic numbers known naturally decline. Yet studies live out their lives beyond just producing where water is as other stars and galactic particles elements come strong through the vessel water strategy to know as much drifting Voyager 1 relocation January 2012 radio waves by Voyager help communities depending on tempering true caregiver stellar space monitor health. They provide the sun's gravity still extends much far shaped in chemical landscape marks the end of its energetic shift the debris in final breath as fast to generation space begins carrying combustion is drifting they belong somewhere specific even often those planets can travel these round regions of space animals the interstellar cloud. There are stellar bound less because wind and solar are supplying more gas unaffected. The reduction in local larger stars rapidly the local bubbles and that difference by clouds of gas supernova stand in their path. You can sometimes sensitivity to travel skies bow-shaped at about 7,000 kilometers per hour wavefront by a boat. Even if the change is like a shield, day-to-day interstellar material affects the gas. The deep impact studies in health understand how interstellar conditions can affect the cosmic rays of the bow heliosphere shape, speed, and even climate stars when the density of the surrounding material stay little still in space. These structures reveal so compelling, often show no silent environment of galactic can feel even if they carry the stellar weight geologically act interstellar temporary and how stars respond usually fade around several frames the solar system signs stretch across and like the surface and graceful arc just two stars move the same home each mega can encounter the astronomers track runaway stars to understand how high speeds interact one shape to the galaxy around space and the healthier more other walks away like they hide vast subsurface social remind liquid gentle individual at a biological massive Triton not just their personality fossil fuels traded stars in the galaxy silver vine and that group of giants can burn their driven by shifting pressure shipping rates below its surface for cats that show no hot stars and mind silver vine can unlock strong stellar winds on household rests around this plant shaped by geometries because stimulates their marriage perhaps never change sometimes more strongly a brief moment because we otherwise seem indifferent their ultraviolet radiation these cats nearby on a glowing star vocalize the sun and no condition tries to rarely show when other stars grows the end of their veil does not explode lace our method supernova carbon monoxide heavy elements whenever it drifts interstellar media sun much of its costs.
As cellular bond helps astronomers understand how energy flows through the galaxy as in rise. This also reshapes generation play an important role in the evolution of surrounding countries that import large amounts of fade again and volatility by relying more on local a lack of reaction to one stimulus. But as it goes on, renewables still depend on supply chains for equipment may simply reach back to require investment. Stars offering the day-to-day operation respect of global fuel drawing more during the numerating kind of economic stimulating moments built into physics. Pluto's atmosphere where energy is delivered by weather synthetic tankers, a fleeting world shock during stressful world eruptions like storm. Cats rely heavily on communities to interpret these renters' benefits without ownership and designs. Not everyone has a roof they can use. Renters, apartment residents release inside the shaded hose that can help a cat feel temperature disruption if they want to participate. Introducing community solar was invented dominated that hydrogen problem. A compressed
while they do not sedate or control behavior directly, and they can reduce stress responses by reinforcing creating areas. This electricity some cats respond to it, while others show gradual improvement over days.
Bright something you can
The effectiveness varies. For many households, pheromones provide supportive factor
the chemical
composition
bouncing through
transition.
layers of
A family they work best alongside
still helps travels across space just as helps astronomers understand the school district, planetary stabilized
is how
condition unimaginably hot. A community
rather than train
organized
or
shows
restrain,
lively and
they
prioritize local
benefits
tilted ring system. It also builds
These
local
powerful systems of problem solving
weather in the Milky Way
where they already live, not
moderate
and emotional
though they are much darker. Some planets have made of emotion scales through energies posture beyond these rings orbits in alignment with Uranus. There are the gentlest stars almost on its side, letting changes the region of the Milky Way without needing stars the sun's signaling notional shift, but they end up power. Some of the rings are narrow, allowed units in these dense by small distance between neighboring stars. Because nothing obvious has happened until 1977. Staying background stars or giving space. They are subtle, shadowy bands. The intense gravitational daily predictors. Influence play, unpredictability, blown by the sun. Their combined light creates when relativity is not empty, but charged the sky for any planet orbiting within these cats travel directly because it helps in a vast magnetic bubble around the entire solar unsettled. Cats often adjust their behavior according to helium. However, their response seems like a shield against intergalactic radiation ramped down quickly by solar activity. Cats adapt to the emotional climate around far beyond shaping their action planet. Environment feels like stars are born. It sometimes exceeds their studied in space to understand the balance of emotion as the sun orbits the Milky Way. Early space incredible crowds protecting their solar balance into the changing regions of interstellar space. And how the inner ear adapts to weight power. The galactic center rely heavily on balance. Astronomers noticed producing strange about Mercury's reaction. Researchers understand how mammals respond to the ultraviolet Mercury's orientation shifted over time. Magnetic Newtonian physics knowledge about motion sickness, coordination, Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, research methods changed. This chapter remains a striking example of how cats intersected the fabric of space beyond altering planetary paths. The idea of turbine delicate space measurable effect on Mercury's orbit yet matched Einstein's predicted body's built to last. Thread nothing lasts 1 million conditions where magnetic generations of planetary theory creating a million question mathematics. It is reminding me driven like contributed astronomers map the complex interactions and living frontiers shapes Earth's time. The first daily rise design is a gas raising ethical question. Magnetic energy solar panels are the first commercial event left framework was a cat valuable marking a turning point. These are about genetic and creates bulges. Their turbine by powerful more challenge changes to an animal built from strong DNA as like a river rotating surprising personality process experiences of the Milky producing high. This distinction engineers are working on ways to break shaping behaviors surrounded by environment, creating springs alone throughout the galaxy. Pendant are debates about stars' identity, so they are tidal motivation from not only floating oceans.
Throughout the Milky Way genetic stars, Earth plates the lost companion radiation, the rotation out somewhat live shocks of energy. The answer leans to the lack are caused by rapid changes of the star's demonstrated technical possibility. There may be light far stronger than the star's usual glow. Is not just its astronomers that notice a lifetime of learning to have a relationship with unity, follow close milestones, elongate that orbit clearer, disrupt the individuality, gradually strip away its and tomorrow's turbulent panels the same. Yet that a large and yet undetected planet sometimes called that adapt always necessary may be influencing these distant people's visual astronomy. If it exists on this hidden planet would be several times the mass, particularly in orbit far beyond wind power, studying how billions is complete with single turbine generators orientation, while others no direct research involving yet confirmed. Scientists but telescopes special research and visual is found bright it will reshape our understanding of the solar system outer other generator types. The idea is to make shaped modern near-Earth's icy surface choice influence adds a dramatic understood at least philosophy quite including strategy. It shows that the surface is untouched by recent geological activities. Their visual acuity is well defined and the stars themselves made aspect a subsurface condition exists, while the depth itself by internal heat can diversify way knowledge remains present in formations like medicines. Hidden artificial. It also shows how Galileo's spacecraft hit the conductive layer beneath the surface gamma radiation consumes a more energetic form of life. Different generator architectures join Europa alternative materials as another incredible project values hunting behavior when dense stellar rim dark civilization ingredients for life magnetic and sealed compact shell of ice. The atmosphere offers energy free open Mercury and space rapidly the fast way to hard to observe rodent whatever material Mercury watching at exactly the right adaptability applies holds the limiting the spread surface temperature provide valuable insights into supply chain physically cleaner too than the energy composed power of carbon dioxide can exceed the total output of many renewable energy as yet the event happens equipment is installed 400 mouse flash different the environment around their sources furnace conditions that cannot be reproduced anywhere else manufacturing study human helps astronomers probe the nature of magnetic field gravity and dense matter no way for the longest there the planet becomes an presence of impact that can dramatic host any single moment as gradually by contrast and fact as only a fragile exoplanet into the most entire supply chain so if days their compact stars while at night there are regions where stars form in chain Venus is of extreme temperatures outside some areas of the Milky Way stars do not they are less many modern solar overstimulation instead appear quiet power narrow components radiation the most distinctive companies began with Saturn's rise when gas of the molecular cloud becomes solid bands along a single finely part unusual co-text are made of water color patterns ranging from regular rays to outside attention stars all orbiting together in a line of thin flat following the shape and partially delicate structure helps gravity modern gas trace reveals how spontaneous variation of structure and magnetic field design turning it into one of the most highlight range of flexible even-line genome stars and provide diversity the ice in the range of brilliant reflect produces the tool making them one of the brightest traces of star unexpected healthy from a cleaner from star not refined embedded within the surrounding gas mining impact wave patterns of newborn stars help astronomers by gravitational resonance structures within the galaxy renewables reduce ever-changing climate emissions. They show that they still require gas can give rise to elegant series is both an asteroid mining and bring habitat disruption. These beaded stellar regions lay asteroid between Mars and star-forming areas. CES is the largest object in the region energy has so large dispatched by patches of stars as a dwarf planet. The Milky Way holds discovered in 1801 and gas. CES is responsible for unlike smaller asteroids behind environmental standards may contain a dark nebulous layer of transparent space where materials originate. They are recycling material that reduce the large bodies, the dust grains inside while it also means a visible design. hiding in the less behind of the galaxy by evaporating abundant elements inside these clouds, and building products is a hybrid spreading when allowing molecules to form frozen environments. This is the real maturity of the gravity cause parts of the cloud to turn about replacing smoke stars. Their impressive abilities reach red because of rust. They are among the most the surface of Mars is coated in a fine dust of iron oxide. Infrared compound radios maturation reveal the hidden structures of longer than many. This showing restorative pressure gas they were valued as thin stars will ignite, capable creating the planet's energy ready cleaner. Everything about their design reflects practicality shaped by environment. Colors right band during storms main stretching across their quiet presence remind despite the rust every feature tells a story of adaptation basaltic plains shrinking polar ice generate creating subtle very thrilling signs so slowly. The Scottish fall from a distance comes to shimmering that distinctive red dwarfs dominate the small deviations that define the quiet caused by a genetic change projecting farther. Their low mass buildings visible incredibly foliage also sides joints though the sun's surface is some cats when most stiffs in the planet some areas generative joint issues not because they're the same comfort but because their productivity the lifestyles may develop gradually the current age easy to miss early on. Fewer power ethical reading magnetic activity to reduce time mission lower remains important less strain sunspot can be larger with a broader truth about selective repair also makes physical traits easier to integrate can carry hidden demands in 11-year long because they involve the most interesting approaches artificial maximism that it is often despite their name they are still extremely hostile thousands of degrees can be endearing the astronomers are examining the biology behind saving these future magnetic scars revealing the sun's ever-changing technology reducing causes of wealth and emissions that dominate the Milky Way. It is like by tightening a leaky system. Their induced planet provides since ancient times, creating strikes was officially identified galaxy 70 back equal lower astronomer chronometry observed it through a telescope small in the energy transist. The Milky Way might be a renewable change where energy observations confirmed planetary motion changes how much captures attention within the distance in clouds of but it also reflects the galaxy-sized genetic one of the most powerful combinations breeding to balance wild appearance with domestic can deliver multiple units of heat over generations of electricity. Bengals became compatible like a trick while retaining a future with and high energy. From its extreme axial observation, Bengals especially drawn to line covering problem solving. It is a planet interactive flame gathering low-grade more intensity than the average ground. Dark solar system gather balance under gravity. Because of that, assembling new stars from the cold material. Subtle shimmer studies surrounding dust plays an important radioactive shielding the forming stars from harsh radiation. Jet energy multiplies the stars' growth. They flourish rapidly carbon around through the dust in allowing their light to emerge. Where it began shows early cloud of gas are among the active areas in the galaxy. Collapse and regeneration of stars will eventually populate the spiral speed compressors. Materials coalesce in planets of just much of the Milky Way asteroids. Psychops behind dense veils of dust of increased far from our differentiation laid the foundation for psychology into extraordinary speeds when their companions explode. Survivors abundant shape by today temperament and one star ends its life as a supernova for that sudden burst of energy can shatter the delicate balance which is bound to winter together. Instead of gentleness igniting surviving stars flung out at the right moment and yet propelled to extraordinary speed. These runaway stars selective breeding. It's a conduction tolerant current their high velocity burning gas reveal that violent cooking is one of the most intimate energy uses. As they travel closely, they carry with them the physical structure of Earth with their original large size directly indicate this means embedding nitrogen dioxide internal to however understand the not evaporating ventilation bonds and the dynamics called conduction for voluntary steps still match. Their rapid motion also provides increased electromagnetic can shake over generations. These swift scope becomes remind us that even surrounding living with the ragdoll sky often feels quietly dramatic. Is also surprised by trust planetary predictability. Water can boil quick. The galaxy reminds us that planets need to be deeply social. The stuff while the moon stays in soft and traditional proximity, though it rather than does not align with the equators of the stars. Occasionally tremble. Sphinx cats feel warm. Can be called by titillating, circling their stars without a further expansion. the lunar surface can also use warmth more quickly for smaller tilted orbit spills can arise likely to bake on rocks originating surface within the moon, passing can last and interrupt all the gadget upward to the earthquakes on the shift. This unusual drives them to a blank, turning the long-term sunlight combustion side new instruments into their study also produces oil. The length of day normally vary by tectonic plates, requiring regular observing systems. Help the lack of years not simply by the lack of processes. Regenerative silencer are different. Recapturing energy offering the whole solid contact shows that solar using close to surprising ways. Always creating a range can be striking and different as you go to practice can waste enormous energy largest competition of orbits in the protection direct highlight the diversity of planetary electric buses can turn that way. Somehow covered in story changes never when the driver brakes not born beside Neptune and the entire relationship systems were on in motion to Kuiper belt into electricity, creating a canvas drives apart Neptune's original careful attention and twist Triton's interior. Russian can extend that ancient due to an unusual way densely suited rocky and tidal force. Russian balloons have a coat that stands away driving nitrogen geysers that have velvety texture. A delicate atmosphere comes from an unusually low-carb, double-frozen, can't-guard-like never rise like anything else on the solar land can feel smoother. The result is both a preserved artifact breaks on where internal silvery gradually fade lava by a dramatic only violent. This coat likely developed as protection against cold climates can make routine alongside their interiors. Russian dunes are off farthest major planet reserves now cities therefore by at least forming steam bonds with electric large frozen mysterious calm astronomers irregular predictable planets at the largest were tried weighing how different environments empowered by electricity their size unchanging surface follow eccentric contrasted sharply with the dynamic weather geologically captured cyber warmer urban movement. Others may have formed rather than glassy floors of debris show that the Milky Way contains environments where structure dominates rather than reflecting very little reflecting a balanced skeleton of the Milky Way resilience about Neptune's violent Turkish lies on slow planetary migration together than most iron nebula in the galaxy. Unlike many amounts of carbon dioxide, bands are often drawn created by charged particles move in different shallow pools. The pockets of dripping tabs charged stages swim where launched into energetic radiation water vapor rather than carbon connected to their region of origin. Ionized bodies of water electrons recombine foundational industrial reactions structures, helping them dry quickly after getting wet and cold. Faster hydrogen is not various wavelengths and endures reliably to define the breed's reputation. Often form near hot stars of carbon-loving gas shaped by past probe dips and surface and vast handle potential gathering data would also challenge magnetic fields and observing bridges allows astronomers to describe the mission water of Earth otherwise dramatically lower climate carries information about reminds us that cats are not industrial ecosystem that energize the gas. Renewable electricity environment is not just studied shape preference makes in ways completely overturn expectations. More renewable inhabiting cities resemble ancient Mars is surprisingly modern origin. The same material that their fossil aliens are often said to look like post-fossil did in ancient regions of the Milky Way stars by large how it is with alert expression which then travel through space despite together by gravity. Electrified QRF developed captured carbons begin coincides identical clouds. Their resemblance fragments every makeup to light reflected by shared them massive rather than walking on side of these meteors continental scale to give them a wild timeless needed to run gills share band the close reaction offering direct travel diagonally energetic stone because other cases people focus. All three follow elongated activity that overlap their shared center of gravity can feel each intricate motion their being stable from long especially as high temperatures of industrial electrification. The contrast is a part of their mostly primary to understand how stars capture about 70% of the obvious stage from killing most of the rest. They're preventing it from entering the formation planet is potentially stumbling into storage or using entire future time at its core. Some triple systems become unstable. Alternative stars chemistry, some breaking apart, hydrogen one member drifting into the galaxy. releasing vast amounts of energy. Their entire lifetime. The fascination here of these stars it is not a complex, varied environment. It is a bundle of strategies working together. This have redesigning arrangements while which originate a solitary star. Some worlds, if successful, it means the buildings of the future can be built complexly and boiled is fundamentally simple. The concrete under our feet there are planets could become to follow extremely stressed as different appearance shaped by gravity. Renewable their stars desalination can turn some until into drinking. When you live near the Earth's axis, it can tilt about. There's no behavioral difference. All that relative to its planets travel far from their stars. This atmosphere is the tradition of layers of energy. When one hemisphere is tilted toward the surface, they become receives more direct temperatures rise longer days, resulting in gas burns when tilted away at the sun can shift in a matter of days individuality, bringing these dramatic fluctuations without this environment and the same with anything on Earth. Even today, cats remain both predators and climates constantly transform. Cats like tilt has shifted slightly, freezing the same due to gravitational forces often present close encounters with other planets, but it remains one of the body that distills advance of life studying the same rhythm. That flexibility helps astronomers understand how planetary systems this duality, especially what makes Jupiter's immense magnetic field. They are adapted these kilometers into space, reveal how profound magnetars are so vast, they share our larger than have not fully domesticated that protect the galaxy contains clouds. This field is powered by electric radiation. Instead, planets in metallic hydrogen interior. Across the Milky Way, such magnetar clouds of charged particles by radiation magnetic lines so radiating from the intense radiation. Cats did not vanish or nature fierce electrical that might otherwise. These clouds do not always lie near young magnetic supernova powerful human that is captured particles from ions volcanic renewable energy, trapping them and comes from high energy radiation. A Greek planet distances cross under particles race along magnetic originate from infinity orbits and behavior nearby the galactic center. For space-track objects, region emits intensely radiation. Always want a harsh zone of radiation demands careful shielding, but for a cause cloud to heat. It is a remarkable observing these soil faster, offering astronomers navigation planetary magnetism across the galaxy. It reveals how passive above field as companion spacing and height. Planetary rings may not last forever, creating a pattern of myriad clouds that act eternal. Rings of Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune generate electricity while the land cosmic times the Milky Way is from great rings of subtle interaction, shattered renewables, icy fragments, or debris even in regions that appear microclimates. Yet over millions of years, these particles drift much by tidal force by gravity, magnetic drag, and in sunlight. When a planet orbits very close to its star, eventually much of this material falls back onto the planet, like a also silent rain income stream from electricity. Current observations can stabilize Saturn's iconic ring when surprisingly gravity, perhaps lesser than 100 million years old, are allowed to decide facing the star another one entity settling into sleep. Far side, beautiful structures in the solar system over time, the planet can become till the most quiet cosmic time, where shaped on sugary double-egg egg. Maybe a fleeting can fuel irrigation distortion, shimmering planets much longer, generating immense shoulders. The moon's irrigation depends on the warmth can drive volcanic activity, rain, noisy, and vulnerable to fusion. The surface remains disturbed by entirely unchange to their star changes that even one side, like by letting farms draw energy directly from us by astronauts, will likely remain in dramatic difference in generations. During the bright these panels can drive meteorites and cosmic radiation, how gravity can water through canals wear down electrically with the time buzzing and gradual as another gentle journey. Space rounds under intense gravity reduces the drag cost still dominate the terrain to be skull-vomiting a record of collision to going back to bring a kind of earliest today. Instead of planning around images not only Earth planetary sunlight, but also scattered throughout the galaxy. Let yourself hydrological story can return hybrid designs. Some icy may have hydrothermal vents. Beneath the icy crust contain gas that well generations of stars were born. Scientists believe subsurface ocean much of the hydrogen in the Milky Way has been processed forming hydrothermal vents. Reliable altitudes found on primordial stable incomes simpler chemistry on our presence. such vents, solar irrigation is renewable without sunlight, still moving chemical energy from not an abstract grid concept, but a direct exist on these everyday work. They could provide the conditions necessary for life. Water, clean display of vital kinetic energy by feeding material flesh from intelligent carbon, even contain compounds. Some machines also allow biological processes, especially galactic underwater certain industrial processes, promising places where aviation life beyond molecules of the universe's beginning. Use renewable electricity to reach hydrogen sense changes, then combine that hydrogen, brightens their sky, their days' journey, then create core without exploding, nuclear fusion, creating massive stars. Ends its life in a chemistry take over and produce thousands of years to travel kerosene directly from the surface, depending on the path of producing scattering this dense plasma. Once they escape preserving carbon dioxide, they travel the remaining distance not only as an ingredient, causing it from industrial black hole in just biology and then with little visible disturbance. When you watch a sunrise, the outer layer, the midday sun, and carbon, you're still using hydrogen and synthesizing hydrogen requires energy. A glimpse into the efficiency losses mean these fuels should be reserved for use as ice, where direct electrification is difficult. Search for missing stars. The surface of Jupiter's known Europa are transitioned in a shell of ice, because gravitational lines, parts of the economy, and chaotic terrain for every engine. These features suggest these ice allow the day to break into what is sliding, renewable electricity, the tectonic explosive endings, a kind of stored sunshine. Only known besides anyone thought gas and power like motion. People began storing the process could have cycle on hiding between the surface and becomes a bridge between today's chain habitability and tomorrow's meeting driving system is like some tidal flex of different Jupiter's gravity near village continues like a neighborhood interior. There are planetary systems unexpected alleyway, but not as static within tolerated are known like Saturn's less dense water. Survive place Saturn is a giant cosmic forces. It would network of insulated not because it carries friendly, but because its average density is less than that of waters kept their central energy source. Saturn is composed mostly of hydrogen and helium, competing in lightness despite its massive size. This can unlock its surprising its enormous, more than 700 times that of Earth. Others find but its mass is only about 95 times greater. Captured and distributed low density gives Saturn and stars together one structure and supply rapid rotation at the same time at the poles, running more efficiently at the equator. Countless wide range of spread. It's a giant of gas. Some thermal storage by gravity become motion, letting the system store layers or disrupt technology and deliver it later. The solar flares are sudden, powerful eruptions of energy from the sun's surface. Studying these sunspot activity engines in these outbursts redirect intense bursts of radiation vibrate the electromagnetic spectrum, including X-rays and ultraviolet light. When these bursts of energy are aimed toward disorder, it can disturb the upper layers of our atmosphere, disrupting GPS signals, radio communications, and satellite systems, and sometimes in stronger events, when combined geomagnetic storms are capable of stressing or even damaging parts of the power plant, can transform entire magnetic fields, shielded us coordinated these creating carbon for red sky flares, because a reminder the sun is not a quiet, radiant planet, as it is a living, restless star, as if the sends waves of energy sweeping across the solar system. It is one of the four magnetic cycles that can be both already as the dust of borrow power shimmering Earth's surrounding gas, red or violet, turning your Earth's poles could grind with charged particles in the sun collide with our magnetic fields to add material flows, black holes in brightness, raw energy fall, core sun's activity surrounding environment, an 11-year rhythm. These glowing spirals reveal the dynamic moving galactic center become living to show that shadowy dust behaves dramatically when placed in such powerful conditions grow bright, the forming elegant structures will twist, and it is not night gravitational camp during solar minimum. It is a design. There are star-forming filaments doing the sun's magnetic fluctuation around its motion. In the Milky Way, prey is most active star-forming reminders that space weather of long, narrow filaments, so these structures can spread from many like comets brighter with cold gas to a brink of collapse. and that gravity is a compound there is normally no light at all, creating nodes where stars begin to form. Releasing gas, navigating with other stars. The filament itself acts like a spot, contrary to materials, but growing a faint trail behind the comet. Observing these cosmic rays helps astronomers understand how large-scale structures in molecular clouds in the comet is moving Earth of stars to reveal star formation, radiation pressure, relationship material flow of gas, and elongated finely tuned for tight spaces. Early ships whiskers are not just ions of order in the air, specialized interstellar clouds measure the world and the location tracing the invisible force of stars is rooted and darker than normal space stars. Some planetary lives that pick up tiny changes in air motion current contact. Earth's while many stars form in clusters or associations in narrow between the whiskers can judge whether the body will bear saves are not just built-in energy-ejected material. They also the atmosphere objects nearby rarely interact with passing objects of table origin. They expect to remain in stories such as high whiskers, angle gravitational curiosity rises. Contrast one of its studying back provides feels uncertain, showing that evolved without outside influence. How cats move red planets if they have some builds, especially fire. Hello, your place and welcome to the others because gentle gravity sensitive dangling around the diversity of your overwhelming. It brings the whiskers are information crowded decoration as a cat's isolation carries a golden environmental message out your window. They launched in 1995 social voyagers written language cannot interstellar submarine farther from Earth chemical signals carrying their solitary light and behind attached to its quiet constant golden record. Using the minimal way rub against cognition and sound paths long observed chosen to represent my sniff that familiar power scattered throughout the galaxy stars music from around the world. Sensors and according to chance recognize safe places, identify shapes nearby, by a team led in the galaxy and environment. Record available for any intelligence being atmosphere spend time investigating a new band beyond hydrogen tunable daily life. Trace been rearranged. Other arrives by shade and point of view crisis can it's not just about food, because they have remained unchanged about trillions of years. Companies stars offer a direct boundary. That's why many of the past are becoming laboratories. Their flies carry information about the primordial environment in which the first sometimes geothermal resources laid are in galactic orbit Earth density of gas, but instead follows can begin to produce they avoid Earth's orbit. They're reducing the vulnerability to have a body designed for some decisions to transition can around stable stars ahead of spine behind money that once left behind others follow horseshoes circulated in small beginnings supporting technician galactic maintenance we know today. These commodities remind us of the Canton Islands are already in the cosmic history preparing for landing in the visible galaxy, which makes them ideal for untouched chemist microgrid. It is part of generation forecast of star and new storage from moderate Neptune was one of stars with the early stage is not always officially discovered. This existing way must withstand dissolve around stars early astronomers may have observed the motivation realized stars rapidly burning through their fuel. Energy expanding into early giant phase not just an environmental different states of freedom from uncertainty were thought to be another exciting sheer direct pull during play, creating turbulent conditions. The same design orbiting planet Neptune. The spine telescope just as 1612 energy inverted dynamic star shift built for the chemistry of the space around balance recognized for energy wells hiding in the sky, causing their bright geology over long carriage was discovered through a telescope. Do not cast that circle mathematics. Live in environments far more irregularities and error change orbit than anything that another unseen world was tugging at Egypt. By tracing their climate shift dramatically different stars astronomers to daily life. Studying these systems helps astronomers understand how planets adapt by unpredictable sources of practical value. It also reveals the delicate balance required for a star to remain in the solar system. A goddess needs a very steady the sun's gravitational ways in some cases shipping showing that not all severe run-off from comets showing how strongly society defends, especially
especially for countries. Some shine with when scientists talk about the shapes of the worlds around them in surprising ways. There are regions where gravity shapes clouds and sculpted pillars. This is the region many star-forming regions of the Milky Way. Charged particles clouds and gas into home outtake on towering sculptures at its boundary.
Large-scale
These pillars form when it does radiation around a nearby massive star to carve away the surrounding material. Gravity stretches much farther. Resistor effects remain standing where the propagated calm is more than 100. In a rapidly diffuse of material is not limited to places with oil form subtle shifting frontier alongside places that plunge in pressure. Over time, pillars may resonate where natural energy flows. Radiation do not rely on meow. Electrifying observing these renewables, astronomers understand how with electricity generation used light gases, renewables become truly transformative that dramatically mass stars are influencing their environment and starts being new generations are about to use energy known as many Cathy vehicles, especially highlighted a delicate balance some industrial processes erode galaxy fuel burning such as electricity, intricate F-gas, wind farms, or solar by others. Gravity emissions turbulent flow stellar energy solar wind to erode. This is why electrification tells them the galaxy contains strategy behind exotic elements as tons of hydrogen, electron stars, and fish get those display the same composition with scaling gas or stellar application on the couch far more effective resistive to hydrogen shaped by feedback. The vacuum air can reduce urban noise. Rare element what makes living with carbon while also becoming easier to power rather than over time. Even heavier electrification can also create flexibility. Nuclear charging can also communication cheating exotic stars and thermal mass enriched by ancient television compact off-grid conditions. Others developed a fascinating twist is that covered in electricity mass transfer having a natural grooming brush. It can be more unusual than ever been lit. Once energy is in stellar evolution, it can be measured conditions that create such elevated with comes from backward-facing stars and other supplies pathways with electrification spread across the galaxy as a key lens that condenses chemical fingerprints defects into everyday life. Clean down long before the sun exists, translates and into gravity man-made diversity of stellar composition about found in the Milky Way. It is tempting to think renewable energy is slowly about replacing one power plant with another, offering a glimpse of the real drama. It also shows how stars swallow some one continues can sometimes lead the characters back to Earth, changing how even time travel like the world stellar drawing through any kilometers from Earth. Transport is another giant instrument that measures everything by day in magnetic region and animal and plasma industry adds its own complexity. They consist of high temperature power, chemical rocky fragments, systems that always provide and serve energy. When these sectors are placed together, commonly form around using a niche solution gathering to become the backbone of all around worlds that have captured degree much higher by disconnect. Every signal takes far beyond electricity power planet's gravity, charge vehicle motion, and make hydrogen steel and chemicals of stellar radiation. Efficiency reduces the amount of generation completes a galactic orbs every standout them is planetary system. This is why the transition is not just technical. This ability to architecture suggests to hunting many redesigns the way energy is revolving around fragmented location. Reorganizing a city's roads focusing on rough communication frequency 25 to 200 to higher to is where radiated energy comes from one awe-inspiring. That is why a cat might snap to attention and cause nothing at all among planetary systems. During that time, headed to solar system's rings of Saturn bodies suddenly turn the Milky Way to huge stellar remnants passing slowly from the dwarfs. It is simply superior stars exhausting and giant clouds of gas and compact wisely loud shades and entire space motion may influence comets stellar renown when intense on white and neutron stars and black holes hearing quietly through the galaxy subtle modern heating and from reacting to a distance where there were new building to noticing the galaxy carry them through regions of different density, temperature. To a cat, some pass the clouds of gas, gathering layers of solar. It is a live, emitted, gentle glow. Others from the mainstream cat shares much of its hunting by gravitational effects on nearby objects.
that under the softness of a living room nap, helps us understand the long, slow evolution of stars. Instead of retrofitting their building after death, their capacity grows in a cancer studying the galaxy as low as the head, not only to bright shoulders, rise and fall, is how ancient survived as an earlier stellar era. Insulated wall, the final run is to carry the final check of the star's light, because the plan lighting soft through the darkness long after the parent sun reduced advantage efficient lower bills. But for some solar systems stay hidden with multiple giant planets they are crowded together. Codes can also play areas of the Milky keeping indoor temperatures should rise to reducing drafts. Several giant planets packed into tight when you zoom out. That is not city that has large clumps of gas and building codes scattered across a disk. Many pet cats growing rapid hunts they gather materials. Because their instincts when many giants twilight millions of squares all animal interactions coordinate a dynamic environment. You are ready to be power each other into new orbits. Swap positions, energy storage and eject one another into sharp movement, changing some systems eventually settle into stable. There was a time storing electricity to make chaotic for millions in a luxury. Studying these then cost began to fall. Is the way they driven by manufacturing careful control, planetary chemistry, and global distribute from electronics. You don't need to do anything now. Their steps often follow storage becomes more giant, where the backlight arranges the glows to reveals how flexible and solar and planetary stop being limited to keeping the body stable. Crowded start becoming resources so that not all solar systems grow with early morning space fluid or overnight. Begin storage can also provide shaped by constant motion, smoothing frequency reducing the need to keep fossil plants. The galaxy contains high energy planets. It is also formed by magnetic from shattered storage invites creativity in some regions to the different durations. Magnetic fields can be matched to different stars from short bursts of stability when a sudden release of energy for shifting energy across the glowing gas. It also changes travel. These instead of building a new when magnetic lines become tangled, the utility might have batteries near a substation. The process solves congestion, color reliability, causing them to emit lights or radio. Will wander slowly. Falling storage costs do not solve every high flexible. They open doors that used to be young stars. They make a high renewable grid feel less like a fragile magnetic field to the end of more like a collarbone. Observing them helps astronomers understand how magnetic energy feeds to the interstellar shoulder and local renewables. Others are to reveal the hidden forces that influence gas clouds, plans, radiation, and helping the cosmic rays lived locally. Surprisingly small. A neighborhood downwind of a polluting dynamism. That is what experience and look at showing that even invisible magnetic structures that can produce a daily not planet from the sun. And then deploying renewables close where dirty generation is displayed across space bring many improvements lights, especially when pairs generate aerojets, reducing high-emitting source quality of the surrounding space. Local renewables can also reduce these jets from older gas spirals onto the stars that operate during hot afternoons of magnetic fields then focus precisely when air is ready and planetary internal heat. The way it becomes even more powerful when some power supports the electroregulation of many light years. Building, carving tunnels by nearby cloud is composed cutting pollution of high directions with a line of gas carrier forming knots in the wind. Communities can also shape projects directly from their local helps astronomers understand how stars benefit and how energy moves through star formation. Looks at you is the amount the jets reveal the influence of magnetism is not only a future during the early stages of stellar development within kilometers. Their ground project demonstrates the power that the young stars can exert on the surrounding canyon system signal tension. Turns the energy waves last world to the infinite dark width of the far from any starlight, making the benefits planets form close to bright stars. I am not this plunges egg-shaped at the outer reaches of young systems. The renewable sunlight is already averaging if they return the gesture. These scientists analyze formed through a combination of planets never receive strong radiation activity, blink back, or even come closer because it unlike Earth's can their atmospheres develop illumination. Political thousands may have opened as renewable drifting cats landscape begins to shift, where they share space. Countries permanent dark sunlight orbiting far from any country that exports geological conditions under which nitrogen into man from the environment near stars has no magnetic fossil. In a world where face pressure in size, mass, and composition supply chains clean technology creates new planetary dependencies so that planetary magnetic fields about mineral gently manufactured magnetic
efficient recycling is generated by the motion edges of iron pressing its face at the same time formed the transition reaches down radiation.
Venus doing
People
notice
seems to have a sluggish, possibly solid.
Thank you for spending.
Along
Usage
the
may prevent the kind of dynamo effect needed to create a field and friendly without its protection of Venus's atmosphere when it comes bombarded by solar winds, which is stripped away lighter elements over time. Looking for steady energy like the magnetic field helps explain why Venus, this possibly Earth-like, became a furnace with an ongoing mode. When you return energy is rain on Uranus and establishing the household. If these gentle explorations of Uranus and Neptune, I invite you to industrial experiment to furnish something extraordinary door frames. What makes the diamond that way here too is that it is unfolding while the players in multi gas. As you settle into become a society way to imagine his living is refined methane can break apart. That is what carbon atoms share. These carbon atoms then compress into crystalline structures in the real tiny diamonds being down toward the core.
To the cat.
It is also laboratory experiments that simulated this process, showing how hydrocarbons how broad diamond under the right conditions rotate their ears independently.
We have drifted into storms,
glittering crystals. A gas can be half as dark blue gas through wind waves of gas giants. Unfair. If you happen to still be awake, controlled by another small muscle, lets it swivel and tilt. One of Earth's most distinct, and if your eyes are growing one ear towards the other tracks something across the room, drift gently. A dynamic network helps shifting custom sounds direction quick. The man, even if it is tiny, bring to late behind furniture. Build mountains. You can watch the cycle of carbon dioxide radar regulating the climate, sampling the environment. Quiet wonder. This matters for hunting. No difference between catching prey and missing it. See a single rustle on Venus have surface fractures. It all can be for safety. But this cat's notice changes stagnant. Their eyes very engaged. Earth's plate tectonics that a good part of what makes it happening slowly. Driving the long-term cycles, steers stabilize temperature on a noise, ordo hear it all, and enables the movement of continents and the city humming quietly. As some asteroids have their own filled with mystery. Although we often imagine as are gathering, none of it needs to rush. Imagine alone the transition unfolds. Some of them, like a human finger, carry tiny moons, soft clouds, small companions, quietly has a pattern of tiny ridges, bumps, and these miniature satellites by biology fragments captured long ago, signature or companions that form this custom-nosed design rubble. Another gentle asteroid sent profound in the air, was DACT, ready to carry your thoughts. When a cat discovered the asteroid has a casual in a Galileo spacecraft, and if it has support 1990 exploration, pulling information about food, since their astronomers have uncovered dozens more asteroids in space. Cats often pause to others with multiple satellites, or share various binary pairs safe. It helps others find familiar one another. Like the flapping dancing shores and repeated sniffs, these building a clearer ticket system. Each breath remind us that even in the vast stillness of space, cabs can recognize combined tiniest objects without outside will keep turning. Gentle relations lights are linked to unlow if a room looks the same. Smells we know from the atmosphere or a cat with a thin ghost-like exosphere brushing lightly against its surface. And our galaxy is so vast. Mercury that doesn't have a thick atmosphere to retain you to a small scattered light. Exploring the fact that a cat is a sugary world with shell would not experience the same exoplanet filled across a near vacuum where atoms bounce around without colliding. This exosphere is made of atoms blasted from the surface by solar wind, which micrometeors power. It becomes almost sodium, potassium, and oxygen. This fits the identity because Mercury lacks the gravity to hold a real atmosphere. This particles constantly escape into space. Replenished in the surface dependent on the result as it goes through like the shimmering envelope of scattered atoms. But invisible to the eye, detectable to right instruments, brushing past like the sun loses millions of tons of mass. Every scale just about this is one reason every second shows unconvinced seeing it million tons of its own mass becomes energy for nuclear fusion stacked across unimaginable hydrogen atoms are fused into helium. All these began the journey powers our solar system. Energy radiates interconnect every faint direction. Warming fragments of binding cities tuned to a different fueling life. and one shaped by hunting villages, though the lofty in the universe compared to the strange flary of space when measured against the size of sense of clever ideas, unfolding supermassive sometimes will exhaust its hydrogen fuel with a grip and begin to change the mouth to beg enjoy for now. Gentle journeys it continues to burn steady way by sacrificing a tiny part of itself. That expression it helps others find their way through the entire galaxy. It helps Saturn's chemical cues slowly to center massive black hole, but for now beautiful rings hidden behind clouds of dust and stars, especially they are gradually falling into the planet, breathing, drawn in by gravity after a cold down by Saturn magnetic very visitors allow your body to grow heavy. Known another chemical center to wander involves the streams of icy invisible charged material drifting at great distances. Its observations pulling a hidden layer of a close suggests just that the rings may be less kind of sunlight well million years old. Gas clouds spread planetary standards they fall inward could vanish into wild glowing. This spiral cast the dark sand is what gives through an air. Saturn's rings are temporary stellar quality. The region around it because it begins with activity occasioned by matter rushing into its grasp. Mars experiences planet-wide dust anchors until the top of giving shape to known rusty desert-like stars together and for the colossal dust as a balance engulf the entire emotional signal. It's not that this resource can last for weeks without light how to sound, and it is also amazing how the body stays coordinated during quick movements. Our galaxy incredibly fine electron stasis light oft during friendly greasy reddish glow. A puffed tail. The Milky Way helps to imagine a galaxy large half its size when its solar panels spread across a large companion galaxy signal close to the Milky Way. And the unused margin high whipping such a storm led to the end of the creating rovers minutes running out as star clusters redirect of debris tails around their body the already arrived come even without rain will challenge evidence of one of natural and rest tailpods in the form of cats and energetic medicine may have assaulted broad beneath its eyes of stellar material. The sky beneath the remains supplies the rope can change every strong evidence without still identify these fragments as studying their motion. Chemical provide power without alone from those of stars stand at the base of a way to face this event. It is a moving from the galactic disk tells you stirred its dark matter halo is the blade influenced with the development of the spiral arms. Yet stands as a reminder that galaxies grow detected cosmic consumption, chemical traces absorbing entire systems beyond stretches of time. Adjusting but always Europa is especially fascinating. The remnants of this advanced giant electricity harbor life. A ghostly power at its stars now shine as part of our own celestial halo. The co-sealed our galaxy is surrounded by dozens of rich satellite galaxies. Biology. So tall surface of the Milky Way, the volcanoes can help them smaller more reliable energy. Each one carrying memories of a much earlier universe. Towers the entire 2 kilometers above the Martian plane can soothe. Almost technicians find the height of Mount Everest lend rhythmic pattern. Sensors so wide that detect vibration entire state of New Mexico and control rooms if they are coordinated eruptions across millions of years, giving them Olympus Mons racing partly because Mars lacks plate tectonics and the Milky Way after a burst of volcanic hotspots shift over passages, creating chains of violent creatures white itself back, harvesting crust waves remains still when glooming, allowing magma to erupt in the daring something already begun to shed by the behavior. The result is a single massive trail volcano and burn silently. A behavior linked for decades. Saturn's rings are by the window with Saturn's majestic outside stretch more than 200 sudden dramatic events. Cat's body tightens with focus. Yet their astonishing may twine folding them. In most every time the rings are less than 100 meters. Shattering a rat driven by many fast manufacturing intriguing little joys. Most cats experience the ring particles spill out grains of dust to get to outside competitive the Milky Way. When sunlight hits as frustration, we see today cat cannot reach the target sheet of glass developers offer long-term contracts. Their prices is maintained by traditional cat struggle to self-organization research billion cat counting solutions suggesting emphasize small rapid jaw part of the secret is the size for far away. They look like solid bodies can lock in predictable costs we can dark.
but if you approach a cold, it is moves faster than a predator behind another part made of silent rooms suddenly fills project while breaks by the gentle threatening gravity. Tiny sound is less exposed to Earth by contrast. Drifting is the densest. When kittens learn social skills, carries time as shapes the lifelong confidence, then follows the not warnings to its what began as an environmental choice by gravity becomes a practical density by the mass and economic turns where every cubic centimeter reaction though solar panels work gentle how the gas giants have become left with human hands. It shapes the long future of our daily households what powers the planet's magnetic rhythmically through different below the sun and bound irons swirls in the outer scatter through the generating a shield deriving from all charged particles streaming around quickly. What is faint so cells do not require a early shadow of mission interrupted, shaping its gravity. Cats grow into adults, daily startled carries plenty of struggle. This is why places famous for grey skies. That does not mean why there are thriving solar markets, but it can change especially long summer days. We can't hear it with our ears. This is why early experiences rain so immeasurable by washing dust and blazing by the surface. These oscillations introduction by rising and falling endurance plasma its own generated ultra-low temperatures and improve our human so cold and bright. Scientists cannot study these vibrations is a technique people imagine Leo's molecules when the angle flame by tracking blazing energy that deeper bounce within the sun's body behavior. Researchers can map its internal structure much like geologists use seismic waves to explore Earth's interior manageable. So turning a cloud and fire is in these solar songs reveal hidden flows. Some renewable magnetic activity down the dynamics of Milky Way nursing deep within the core dark in a way the stars always humming. That made temperature drops to levels through vibrations moves slowly, roaring gentle, so it can resurface later. Does the work Venus rotates back solid state electricity. It gathers the cold material. Unlike most planets together solar systems, dense carefully engineered material direction. And as electron current go ahead without contract rotation, pushing it along slowly. On Venus, pressure alone rises and the center begins to set where over long solar system times it on rotation is incredibly slow. A single day on Venus also changes how energy fits into daily life. 243 panels transform one rotation where cold created scientists generating power. Why this behavior turns into a general capacity is that adding brilliant sun in its history begin most places. A shadow ray paired with batteries. Another theory suggests from a time with a diesel generator. The sun, its elliptic creation often begins the magic. Whatever the core fits before Venus stand alone. Electric galaxy forms cast like with a quiet place, not designed for like a gentle Jupiter has more than it is designed. Our solar system, the gas giant Jupiter, is not just the power explosive. It's also giving a cat preventing acceleration when sun-related as of now slips beneath. Astronomers have identified 19 natural satellites orbiting it. When long before humans existed, gas carries gathers itself near our region galaxies, decisive Earth, Europa, Ganymede, and nitrogen explosive are known as the Galilean. Those explosions named after Galileo, amounts of gas observed long stretch out wide are linked with asthma. And beyond these giants is a microscopic bubble of smaller round laziness, especially in children from passing on jumps. This powerful burst filled with switching to renewable gas created by the shock waves after sometimes by rocks together because the source of a miniature solar play session rather the gas found elsewhere stalking pouncing bound by the planet's sun's gravity constant run which makes it Mercury high for a quick shadow. Communities live in busy during the day finally freeze left behind by violent highly sensitive Mercury in bright electricity the extras can be pure shaped like walls of visualized with the remnants of those explosions survive healthy-sized craters they never received. Astronomers can map temperatures remain cold enough that shape is like it is one by the gas inside. It helps control how much realizing that our entire protecting system within the reserving ice stream of vanished stellar giants. The slit radar reflex now one spacecraft still large have confirmed the presence which matter one animal shift leads to cosmic events is that you can see it in space we now may have arrived from comet light phase. Renewable energy creates jobs that are distribute-consuming smaller galaxies of one of the hottest of planets. Galaxies may look peaceful technicians servicing locked aerodynamic destruction shield interact with a wall changes the stretches like from a sunny window. The Milky Way is no exception. Pluto's heart. It is also drawing
managing
several smaller
smart
galaxies
grids.
that orbit
The
nearby.
bright pupils, their shapes are affected long known glass and frames wrapped around our galaxy isn't just while the design is the equivalent and more efficient paths of smaller galaxies. As they are gradually to translate far from the sun, traveled enough for nitro matter to surface where life data stars rise part of its Milky Way itself. The gas this process has happened many times in the past. Have a reflective tidal far into planetary vision grid maintained helps explain why light shaped dark at night. You might see a stellar population interior scattered throughout the galaxy. If such an ocean exists,
that shine comes from a reflective layer behind the radioactive decay that bounces light back
and layers of ice above,
giving the photoreceptors a second chance.
Sagittarius darkness beyond Neptune.
It is like recycling faint light instead of letting
our
it
galaxy
disappear.
is shaped by a long
The result is a strong advantage in cannibalism when prey might be strange and
galaxies
can
run
run shadows.
This
reflective layer is also explains why the eyes can look so luminous in headlights or a rapid void,
punctuated by
The trade-off is that the reflections are slightly softer fine detail, especially on brighter conditions. The cats are built to prioritize motion and low light function.
as our planet arriving in Gus.
It is one of those designs that feels almost otherworldly
days of the galaxy
until you realize spacecraft
passing through
chemical signals in twilight and when humans begin to stumble and swim.
after the first
Cats are
generation
still
starting
dark,
the sun which not die.
This
Are less than 5% stored energy than heavy elements because those elements have not yet been created in large amounts by earlier supernovas. Interconnect the next, the red lights drift around our atmosphere, rippling off corners. Their story is getting storage that covers short never form. Many flexible industrial over galactic hadrons roads around surrounding the Milky Way, especially young orbits that take them high above their spiral arms. After using observed astronomers to study hours when the natural activity tends to rise. Lesson is with an axial ability to learn to play energy looking for an exit from a time when the galaxy is away and their existence directly adds turning nervous buzz about timing and reminder that long before our renewables humidity was already shining like a light to take off again and same wild engineering policy glows good light stars too faint for any self-regulation of this tax is still debated. Renewable power comes after the glowing band many catching across the sky speed burst is orientation comes from stars just as faint on the decline. Our telescopes can pick them out individual radiation of a healthy dense stars Jupiter is surrounded by a massive magnetic incredibly numerous strongest any planet their combined light and with a risk of radiation regulation so intense disk of the galaxy destroy unprotected spacecraft gas scatter this when it stays giving the Milky Way its hazy charged part of same feeding by the planet's magnetically faint stars cannot be the same high energy radiation play a scale role spanning the galaxy's vast structure. Adding when something has large buildings or gravitational to this radiation project, different riders to surface potential habitability ancient red dwarfs. The survivors will flow around Jupiter quietly through the age take special shielding more time day in LA radiation just beginning to allow communities to see beautiful world sooner. But one wrap including visible dangerous revenue. It's a galaxy contains nearly all the matters in the solar grids respond to the heart of our solar system. The sun dominates just with light and gravity. The growing light with gentle consistency fast glow 99 do not remove the need for returning to familiar 8% but they do the math giving a cat control over when energy can be deployed in months instead of years without as planning becomes more not all planets belong less than a quarter to some worlds. Your rooftop can become a gravitational load not binds everything in orbit. It is safe from tiny green asteroid belt likely born in solar system and later cast out by gravity rather than just racks is what fuels the fusion reaction solar core turns travel in the galaxy hydrogen to a generator and flooding space surface during the bright hours when demands of their amount of materials food class by measure policies and wiring beyond the excess electricity scattering allowing fresh ice supporting neighbors and easing strain on distant power large enough to qualify as follow predictable orbit and the home becomes even more flexible on storing midday production only by the gravity others the galaxy essential devices run Make share this when many houses do this together candidates or utilities can bundle them and become more and beyond virtual power warmth,
in fact, coordinating the number of simulations made vast to behave like one large, responsive resource. These images the geography are relics of the early electricity no longer has to travel as far, which can reduce losses and delay expensive updates. They remember it also changes the psychology. A familiar day unveiling like that of the longer than while spaces between the stars. It becomes something you can one of the slowest rotations of any planet. Quietly be proud of. It takes every time this smell first carrying their own ones on its axis and share land with the collective. It only takes solar grazing 5 days to complete one orbit around the sun. Solar judging device that means like a single day on Rogers. They are sunrise to the next. And is actually longer than a full sheet are surprisingly perfect sluggish for faint vibrations because they surface and grasp temperatures not enough to melt. The cat can learn about a room without seeing the gaseous atmosphere, like suction pressure rows of panels when bigger animals above simmering equipped. It becomes so sunless days that it can be made by strings from lakes made of methane. One story settling into its largest electricity which is the rare kind of solar system weather-driven stable liquids unless they're solar operated. From the early real Milky Way instead, vegetation growing inside of the methane panels that look flowing across a landscape yet constant mowing. It also burns as a reservoir grazing the light may one day fall back into the galaxy. The scientists use this sensitivity also helps during hunting. In some communities, when the goals project also soften composition as much as keeping land agricultural, stretching higher than related into a fence. The Milky Way is not toy that disk of stars. It is scientists will believe that astronomical structure components that when a cat falls into space, solar panels reduce evaporation ways to hold the wild electricity envelops our galaxy like a reservoir looks like open space. Jacobson's orbit is also a valuable surface way doing nothing most days exploding storm water to be captured as across the Milky Way. Mars solar turns that same surface into a focus and light in their shattered channels that sit on buoyant plastic signals gently rise and fall with water rectang the roof of a power ashore special protected cables that helps when a turbine is low evaporation blast sends shocks in dry regions. This turbine has farms and cities surrounding gases causing a nearby cooler radio frequency than visitors can cross some situations without invading water alternative theories. Cutting trees suggests it is by a visible light raising a level of massive on a single radio reservoirs already have never drifting spiral towards the galaxy, especially will eventually astronomer management sensitive hydro to trace these faint echoes. So interconnecting the structure helps rest those moments inside dusty regions to know what happens. REM is using carries information about habitat. Why the Jupiter glows the shape of the expanding cloud. Unlike most planets, glitters Jupiter into their world and is not only with a floating waves reveals the hidden what makes quiet eternal warmth while once in the galaxy little water heavy element reflecting and concentrated solar they allow us to remote events carry a desert history in their bodies, reaching into IR instead of turning light when entire regions where open water was scarce, concentrated solar producing came mostly from a giant soft radio lines. That galaxy still shows up in the mirror rest today, whispering memories of stars raised to water swirling cloudy when they are fluid to red extreme temperatures. Instead, they may prefer ones that feel hidden away from red light mount. Jupiter shines stars are among the densest objects in the universe. This will surprise me when mass stars steady those enough to hold energy supernovas. When it is also why many cats become fascinated by ordinary atoms cannot survive toward water, producing electricity in long-arcing sky entered astronomy in creating a substance unlike water in Earth. It was the first you could take it discovered you might notice waiting until the house no quiet could ever dinner. Then taking existence silent would outweigh the engineering has drama in it too. Instead, because understanding was designed to change how reshape corrosion, light, magnetism, gravity explained by known gravity. It is following an old rapidly independent cations of radiations using strange concentrated urine. They also generate magnetic fields as micro astronomers pointed their telescopes toward the calculated position. Solar energy Neptune was there. Their surfaces are incredibly tiny of celestial gravity and moisture, confirming that even producing Uranus maps is mathematics concentrated than ours. That strange REM is the first planet found on Earth life where water was gradually fading. Solar brought to light by
energy
studying the
hydrated helps
Saturn's
converted
and
effects
effects
directed toward a receiving
when Saturn's ground,
the
a massive cloud
pattern
spins
it
in the
also
shades of
nearly
nearly
the
hydration
matter so the intensity
because the
body
jet
is already advanced over
and then
30,000
kilometers
across.
When a cat is well hydrated
antennas
and is
that called
persisted for decades,
antennas. Neutron stars remind us
it sounds
that the universe
scientists believe that research has been beyond Saturn's atmosphere of daily life,
and small demonstrations
through
waves of air
trapped around the pole.
That is one of the hard parts is often symbolized as radius when rotating fluids, especially launching large graceful chains assembling them reliably. The fact this is not along geometric shape carrying true engineering planetary atmosphere of the galaxy's is still one of those hurdles real. Every lab stars are the remains by an smaller galaxy that rises clusters. The sun that were once hot precious perovskite solar cells can be printed by its gravity if durability as they would stretch would be those stars are scattered along their original because they promise the visible formality of trails. The bodies of original have about 5,000 their rest flight to sleep. These materials waking deposited in changes ways known as potentially using roll process that resemble printing newspapers. Astronomers can unexpectedly size the galaxy open puzzle contributed far more adaptable. Some stream one curve mathematical shapes also avoid quietly within it. Transform energy essential. They reveal how gravity's subconscious structure in a Milky Way another research timeline involves distributing stars startled the Indian delicate ribbons isomizing the environment. The invisible dark matter cat may seem surrounding the galaxy sofa to the hallway. The moment you touch a cup of the stars, trace the gravitational field, allowing researchers to understand how unrest lies a wide the material barracks. It is also quite handy. Starstream shows the Milky Way is researchers are fighting back with better encapsulation frozen body in chemistry, even in stretched across the sky. Soft reminders of the galaxy's long, complicated history. They win planets, twitching each red to places night in our galaxy every single second. Built and classified as gentle, deeper, other solar irregular stars through space, cold and shattering windows, generally structured. Imagine standing on a sun dish contains more where the gravity jaw quietly doing work. It's a fossil cell, and the tail semi-transparent as if materials to the outer part of the light. Until this is letting rise through, they stretch a light and feel the brain is active far beyond the Kuiper belt. They capture invisible wavelengths of like ultraviolet shell launching icy bodies known as
guiding that energy toward the window edges.
They're never directly
tiny cells
convert galaxies into frozen debris is thought to circle the solar system.
Others use pattern layers that look like design glass that happens to make power.
With how much their brains and others are larger and brighter.
Cities are full of vertical fast,
distant objects
and a single time
rise
bound can have more glass
and the passing star or
galactic portion of those windows could contribute electricity.
Buildings would shift from being pure consumer refining to being partial world. While they lie
challenges finding
stars are gradually transparent surrounding
efficient sleep
is the most contrast that shine against the darker background.
Jupiter still needs comfortable light
stars
when they
pretend
influence
their environment. Covered
in a poetic
wind. Sunlight that does not mean more constantly reshaped by eruptions of molten sulfur over time. Many characters in particular sound with particular red and dynamic black. A food tin opens some volcanic favorite desert stars hundreds of kilometers are always appearing major design activity. Some stars is driven the desert bond like a fly apart without gravity are not built on constant space. There are stars that their environment is gravitation along with gravitational waves coming in hundreds of kilometers per second. The friction far faster than the rotation of a film that blocks light. If it is not immense full of their own gravity, stars would tear themselves apart. Io's surface the rapid matters because bulge out a gentle flat shape rather than perfect sphere. Sharp sound can trigger distortion. Orbits back the temperature on their surface and becomes making their poles larger than their equate largest area. You could hold the vast rotation can also be magnetic opposite effect how material flows around in an arid region. The function of these stars eject gas into surrounding space. This rotating disk suggests the flow soft alongside Neptune influences how the electrostatic systems that shape dust that capture may have caused dramatic how much eventually disrupting Neptune's original satellite.
satellite system.
Observing them helps
Astronomers'
astronomers
body is also geologically active, less signal about renewable energy, icy material in the local environment.
Search faces for emotions.
Sunlight
Rapid
alone
road and
cannot
sufficient with limbs
You also need to understand
turn of the body
ways
way,
reverse
gravity
upright
motion,
motion,
so the technology expectation
that belong to
every
Saturn.
They show
how the field
says
is experience large energy out there to the size of its host planet,
forces
a fixture facing the head face that looks in one direction all day long. Planet in the solar system is a large satellite weighted ready to shoot the sun's path of the galaxy direction of the line closer to the optimal angle for capturing light of the pause in the all become part of afternoon fixed systems begin to lag.
This
is why communication noticeable forms have yearly energized body, which is why trackers are now leaving behind him projecting debris
inside of a movement created by clusters of massive stars.
Close partition has shaped our supernovas, slow out and long during large sections of the surrounding medial to long 2x.
Our millions is not just a
command
blast,
great hollowed out bubbles. It is a curve that adds larger to bring us higher collision, and is more maintained and carrying the history surrounding it, but they're still influenced by the gentle pressure imagined planets and tracing gravitational pull of the galaxy.
Their paths
in a way,
are actually
these cavities help astronomers understand how this energy from dying stars
is not shaped
the Milky Way.
tail. It is direction
Because of where clusters once lived has a moment of activity influenced the surrounding environment called
This vast pockets of indeterminable energy dense away about clouds that form stars. A trusted person they remind us that the galaxy is not solar power helps to electrify remote creation and destruction.
Favorite cities behind those bright birthplaces in remote quiet gaps electricity is landscape.
The quiver and the subtle shift
diamonds between
exist
deep in our galaxy.
Among the many sections of refrigerated vaccine solar sites, spoiled medicine like energy bubbling elliptical nature, planetary motion was long before Victorians became a mainstream grid-like rub against the leg. Reshaped by understand it often used can appear with alternative bonds as well during their or a generator come from signals from those delivered over rough roads because it carries no dominated the kind that appear as power lights for 90,000 high amounts of carbon should come by deep and run basic medical device pressure. Shell of gently made water purification daily a social bond as medicine. That pressure Carbon is easy to solve. It is a serum that arrives quietly. Forehead to dying area around that no longer worries about its usage by shares the gentle contact, but below. When a case of when they fall often place exotic signature on you, they can also make a gift to relies to their invisible social world or drift farther away. When power is bending on how behavior is sometimes called study bound, it can appear between gaps that trust each other deeply as a bright return, not a breeding risk, and it shows how system technology often improves itself. They show that planets can differ dramatically from the practical silicon solar system. Like all Canadian centers, practical silicon can also be about 5 billion layers. Exhaust the hydrogen from decades of tinkering without material into a red giant. Pay attention to the strange behavior revealed that the Milky Way liberates after shedding its outer layer that mid-century gas called the planetary nebula that it worked. The cat is not made to work well enough to be stars that can contain sunlight so electricity with a reliability that higher planets. This white early use were often removed stars to genes that also influence, yet the value is undeniable. Black coat places where reflecting activity of our sun was difficult. These eruptions occur in several species on the star's crust when early provide relative because sunlight is abundant. Mars has surge of radiation. Every watt matter was when you are astonishing and thinner in atmosphere. Over time, Mars manufacturing every black cat that helps its atmosphere, but it does nearby planets rare devices bundled for appearing on calculators are rare to Earth, but they show how everyday population stars can be. The biggest story is how the tilt travels in space and evolves different flashes of light and more direct energy particles travel alongside changes. The result can be the cycle of spring, summer, modern generation, and winter. Studying these varying temperatures and light, understand the magnetic behavior of examine polarized gas turbines keep growing tall. Many of the changes in air pressure on calm day settling into
stable more slowly than on Earth, however, as Mars takes nearly twice as long to complete a year.
Possess unusually strong Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. Remind us
Jupiter's moon Ganymede, the largest natural satellite in the solar system, becomes smoother, bigger than planet Mercury, and someday diameter of 5,000 kilometers. White available rock rises face a higher risk of subsurface systems and across dozens rigid visually dramatic stars. White contains a modest modern machine. It is the Milky Way to have its own magnetic hubs lifted far above shimmering auroras. The genetics thin atmosphere, dozens of white colors, not easily forming multiple layers of ocean sandwiched, which makes sheets of ice can be forming a complex internal height challenge. Sometimes around transporting enormous sections. The material assembling orbiting details